now.
Monica
Did it?
Martini
Yeah.
would be a dope band
Got
name.
it.
I was gonna say that too.
Monaco Martini would be a dope band name. Is what you just said?
Hmm.
Good name for a band too, actually.
That's exactly what was
That's
just
what
said.
I said, David.
That is exactly
What,
what was
David?
just said.
I said that'd be a great band name. Could be a good band name too.
Can't take credit for.
Did you have to start the recording 30 seconds?
I wasn't sure. Now I don't know if I need to go back and track the entire conversation of like, yes, Monaco Martini. This needs context. I think we're good.
Remember when
Kylah gave me that look.
I was like, huh?
And I know so well the "Are you growing horns out of your head?" look.
No, that's just the dad. Remember when Padon burped really loud at the end of the last recording? Because I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I have oh my god.
I love that.
The greatest
Oops.
thing
It was so
ever
perfect.
happened. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment in sports history.
We are some high-end entertainment here, folks.
Very high end.
That's
Welcome
what
to
I'm here
Curse of
for.
Strahd, where there's horror and burps abound. It's great.
Tune in this week to see what will confuse David again.
Players
Will it be the hypotenuse? Will it be band names?
We don't know.
Oh man.
The pain.
Well, welcome everybody to Novice DMing. I am Liam McKinnon, your dungeon master. We're here with Kylah, Noah, Padon, and David, our fantastic players. I was gonna confirm with everybody if it's now officially the Wolf Pack. I don't know, but I'm checking in.
I don't know if that's official yet.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know.
We didn't really, we
We
didn't
didn't
make
really
it.
confer on that. Slide just said he found his wolf pack, as he was a one-man wolf pack.
Yeah, which was adorable, by the way.
That was adorable. Yeah, I just thought it was the official name for the group. So okay, no problem, no problem.
we're
Still
still nameless.
unconfirmed group name. Wonderful.
Nameless.
2 years into the campaign.
Yeah, it's so
It
funny.
shows I think it speaks to the unity of the characters. We still don't have a band name.
Monaco Martinis.
The Monaco Martinis. The
Sly-
Raging Maggots.
Sly and the Monaco Martinis.
It's a good band name.
Someone write
You
that
know
down.
what?
That could be a good
That'd be a
band name.
good band name.
Oh man, could also be a good band name.
Oh, I have a great idea, DM.
Yeah,
Yep.
you want to
Yeah.
share it with the class, or is it just letting us know that you have a good idea?
David's just
Oh,
announcing that
you.
he has an idea.
Oh, yo,
You.
I had a good idea. Great.
I
Okay,
was
great. I
supporting you.
heard.
Yeah, I thought David was just like, I have a good idea, and then just stopped talking.
Oh,
I think the story of my life right there.
absolutely amazing.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
tell you. I'm just saying I have a good idea.
Guys, I have a great idea. Oh, cool. Do you want to share? No. Oh, all right. Good talk.
Quality entertainment, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm excited to go into Curse of Strahd today. I really don't have much to announce. What is it? We talking about the Oscars and everything. Oscars just happened, so woot. Got nothing to say about that right now. And then what is it? Sorry Not Sorries. We're our improv show. We're kicking off our new format very soon. Monster of the Week is going to be happening. It's inspired by Supernatural, X-Files, kind of like kind of duo team kind of monster hunting shows. It's fantastic. Yeah, the format's really fun, and I've been part of it. It's great. So yeah, if you guys are around, I believe it's this Saturday that it's going to be happening at the Grindstone in Edmonton. Check it out, and just check it out because it's going to be a regular thing. Yeah, and then there's some other casting stuff that's happening regarding other shows, which I'll be talking about later on. Nothing, well, not later on now, but later in other episodes when it gets more relevant. But yeah, that's really it. I don't have anything crazy to add on to this. Yeah. I feel like I'm just kind of ready to go. It's gonna be big. So we can get into it. Yeah, David, you have a question?
For anyone who cares, Sunday in the Park with George, which you rarely get a chance to see ever, opens in 1 week at
Oh,
McKinnon.
yes. Yes, that is a show I do want to see.
A big deal show
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
with the fabulous Jim Guido directing. Just thought I will be playing a tree.
Oh, yes.
Free number 1.
Yeah, number 1. Duh.
Duh.
First tree. First tree.
Jim Guido does not hire David Wilson to play anything less than tree number 1. Let me tell
Exactly.
you
Thank
something.
you. See? Thank you.
I'm so proud.
Anyway, Sunday in the Park with George, just wanted to
No, thank you for
up
sharing,
that
David.
a
That's
little.
awesome. I do want to actually see that show. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And Noah, you're not in it, right?
No, I'm not.
No, it's tree number 2.
I'm
Plain
the understudy for Tree 2.
Tree 2 backs out, gets performance anxiety. Noah's like, put me in, coach. I got this.
If tree
Which
2
is-
has to leave,
So I'll be
Ah!
understudying for Tree 2, who is also understudying for Tree 1. So I have to be prepared in case David can't make it and in case the other tree can't make it. I got double duties there. It's a process, so
It's like when Chang wears his Jeff wig on top of his ball
that's what I was
cap.
there's no airflow getting to here. I'm literally dying.
David, I hope you're proud of me.
Understudy.
Buddy. You're not bald. I am bald. It's the role I was born to play.
And bald. I've made bald friends.
What's a lie?
It's hokey.
Oh,
Take the
it's a-
bald cap off.
Oh, you guys, I was lied to. This isn't shepherd's pie.
What?
Is it beef?
It's
Is
not
it
even
beef?
beef.
Is it rant? It's
is it even pie?
Someone sold me a shepherd's pie. I was sure it was a real shepherd's pie. And
With
now I'm
what?
sad. It's
Oh my
rice.
God.
It's rice. And there's I don't even know. It's not shepherd's pie, but I'm sad.
It's like a
Anyway, sorry.
vegan
Tragedy, I'm
shepherd's
sorry,
pie.
honey. You were so
Kylah, were you
excited.
bamboozled?
It's sad. It's rice.
What is this?
That's rice.
That's not shepherd's pie.
This pie.
Adam lied to me.
There's no
Oh,
pie.
honey, I'm sorry.
It'll
But
still
I
be
don't think that's shepherd's pie.
I think so.
I'm
What
pretty sure there's
shepherd?
cabbage in here.
What?
Is it like a cabbage roll pie?
You?
You know, it's to
No,
be determined. I will let you guys know in a moment.
As someone who works in the service industry and serves cabbage rolls, you can't. I mean, you could put cabbage rolls in a pie, but those are 2 different entrees, my guy.
Like there's cabbage rolls on the top
Hey,
layer, making it
chaos
crispy
menu.
and appear as if it was a shepherd's pie. But there is no potato. There is tomato. Carrots. Anyways,
What?
This is the weirdest ASMR mukbang.
I'm so confused.
Halfway through tonight, we're gonna see
It's
Kylah
just-
leave and come back with a bag of chips.
Probably.
This is great entertainment. Just
I mean, here's the
Kyla
thing.
explaining the ingredients of her non-shepherd's pie.
It is delicious.
Oh,
Yo.
phew.
Like it
Yo, you
tastes
guys,
good.
you guys catch
That's
that
good.
last thing of like novice DMing right there? I learned the ingredients of how not to make a shepherd's pie for Kylah.
Yeah. Is there any meat in it, or is it just like
There's a very thin layer of beef.
I'll be the first
well,
to
it's
say it. I think you
definitely
got
not a
ripped off.
shepherd's pie then.
But it tastes more tomatoey. So it definitely has
Come on, O's.
so strange. Anyway, sorry, we can go on. I didn't mean to.
No, we can't go on, Kylah.
Yeah, the night's over.
Don't see
There's
how I can
nothing to
change
go
that.
on to.
The shepherd's pie debacle.
Exactly. We need to find the person who sold this to your partner, and we need to end them, or at
And-
least understand them.
Break their legs.
I'll get more information for you guys later.
Please do. Please
Yeah,
let us
this is a mystery that needs to be solved, I think.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we'll put Detective Noah on the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't
Gumshoe.
keep getting away with this.
What do you think,
Keep
Noah?
getting away with this.
Do you have
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
Can't keep getting
serial
away
number?
with it.
This? No.
It
That's
came in an
mm,
undisclosed box in a
oh,
package.
that's your first
That's
mistake.
drugs.
That's you're just eating straight fentanyl, actually.
He can't keep getting away with it.
The shepherd's pie tastes like fentanyl.
On an
Tastes like
unrelated
I might
note,
die.
Fentanyl tastes like? Anyway, chicken?
on an unrelated note, Kylah can't feel her face.
I think we've now described fentanyl tastes like a thin layer of beef, cabbage,
And something that looks
and
like
some
And
potatoes
so
carrots
much
with
rice.
rice.
and rice.
So much
much
rice.
There are
Some might-
peas.
Some might even
Carrots.
say too much
Oh, yeah.
rice.
I think there's some sort of cheese on top too.
It sounds
Wow.
shepherd's
Carrots and
pie-ish,
peas.
but very ish.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most ish shepherd's pie.
I don't think it's shepherd's pie, guys. I'm just gonna straight up say I don't think it's
We're well
We've
past
come to
that.
what?
We've come
This
to a.
We're past the point
I
of
feel
no
like we
return.
could possibly start now that Kylah said that.
Exactly.
Now that Kylah's come to terms,
Come to
She's-
terms, but
she's gone through the 5
I was
stages of
hungry.
grief.
I don't think we've gone through the
Now
5
I'm just
stages of
hungry.
grief yet, though. That's coming.
I don't think hunger is one of the 5 stages of grief.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, it's definitely a part of it.
Well, it should be.
Just anger.
Stress
It's
eating.
so
hunger. They spelled
hungry.
it wrong. Well,
Now that
I'm
that's
just gonna eat
resolved. Cool, we'll wait for you.
So anybody got some questions about the characters or anything like that? No?
I don't know, but I sure hope shepherd's pie comes up in this campaign sometime now.
Oh, it's it's a main dish in everything.
And not one of them.
What they said. Yeah, exactly what they said.
Yeah. I agree.
Everyone's,
my question is if I still have protection from good and evil, but it doesn't. We finished battle, but now what's his face has what's her face? That was so descriptive.
Yeah, so what's his
Rahadin
face
has
does have what's her
Irina.
face. Yes.
Rahadin has Irina.
Yes. And you do have protection from good and evil up. Which is
cool. I just wanted
good.
to-
Yeah, anything that is of a certain things has disadvantage on attacks against you, and you I believe had advantage on saving throws.
Noise. Thank you.
Nice. Okay.
Boys.
Jules. Excellent. So, with all that being said, I think we are ready to dive into this session for Curse of Strahd. When last we left off with our adventuring party in the lands of Barovia, we got a little moment to see the life of Kari Kristula in her in life back in the continent of Renathan, celebrating Drindath's kind of like this grand celebration and ceremony when they were tasked with being a protector and a guardian for the mission trip that Tristan Cristula had gone on with Mishan, Crash, the rest. Really the whole reason that Kari is in Barovia in the first place, to look for her brother. We came back to the present moment. Kind of briefly briefly for quite a long time, as Sly had described the process of creating these wonderful wolf garments for everybody, and they are absolutely fabulous. And then you would all, and Sly had also spoken to a voice in his head from it was Kavan. Talking about a blood spear and yeah, but you know, coming in a moment that was not necessarily the best time to talk about this. Yes, Squally, I saw your hand go up.
I forgot to say, but I thought I might need to specify that when I put on Sly's new vest, my cloak is still on because that's still my silvery cloak with the silver
Yes.
thing. I just, in case someone thought I took it off,
Cloak.
I've kept both.
Yes, you still have your arcane focus featured with you, which is great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, and then in this, you guys had traveled up through the wintry mountains to get to the Amber Temple. Approaching the front door, which as you got closer, you guys had discovered that it was an illusionary entrance and had gone into the space that was a chilling kind of gold, like kind of gold and black marble structure internally, where Squally, you were feeling oppressive forces that were causing you to almost like lose your mind from the screams and wails of whatever evil is here, prompting Kari to try and protect you. As you all entered, you had seen Rahadin was in this kind of this main central chamber, as you had all seen him on a balcony looking down. You didn't know exactly what he was saying, but he ate some toad and then saw all of you as you had brought Irina with you. Oh, and of course, Ben the Duck. We must say Ben the Duck is not presently here. He is in the carriage at the moment, but I wanted to let everybody know where Ben was because he is central to this. Rahadin had briefly exchanged with all of you, but knowing that Irina, or seeing that Irina was with all of you, he ran away suddenly from where you guys were at. And then as you all just kind of like began to explore the area, you guys were attacked with your ice mephits by there in the center chamber. There was this giant hooded figure, this giant statue, and it seemed to have something like was attacking you from the interior of the hood of this like massive structure, as well as these what was later identified, these like green flamed skulls that were shooting through these arrow slits that were aiming towards all of you at like kind of certain areas and points as you were traveling to get to the actual statue. Trying to find a way to infiltrate it, Wystera, you had discovered behind the statue there was a secret door that led up from the base of it going upwards. You also noticed that there was a secret door behind the statue that led into kind of the central wall. You had all begun to go inside of the statue, or some of you did, were going through it. Kari was protecting Irina. You had gone in, or heard some kind of growling inside of the space, but it was there was magical darkness and you couldn't see in until you had seen that there was an old man that was in the top with thinning hair that was freaking out when you guys were there, and you had seen in that room there was a hilt of a sword. Wystera, excited, you had taken the sword, you were running, and then you had put yourself in a position where you were running where the skulls could hit you, and you had gone down. dropping the sword, Kari rushing to go and try to restore you. And then what had happened was as Kari had left to go there, everybody went towards Wystera, and then Rahadin had reemerged, and the only person who could clock it was Squally, as Rahadin got behind Irina and placed a sword right by her throat. And that was almost where we ended. Where we actually ended was when Squally had grabbed at the sword, spoken, had allowed Sergei's voice to go through, going in, and the sword, the sun sword, lights up in your hands. That is where we are at. Now, Squally, you are making a show of displaying the sword in front of you. I will let you know you are not proficient, I believe, with blades, with swords. This is not a weapon that you have proficiency with. But you stand here in this moment with Rahadin looking at you. You notice a kind of pull back almost, and he kind of brings the sword closer to Irina's throat to the point where the actual edge of the blade rests on her flesh, but he settles for a moment.
Sergei is like, did I give him full control over everything, or is it a relationship that we can both kind of talk? What kind of relationship is going on inside me right now?
Well, as far as you understand it, the voice of Sergei has been released. It's been released into the sword itself. So that voice has now carried into the blade. So he is now in the command of like being able to actually bring the blade outwards. That was also, I'll let you know, a bonus action to do so. The blade has been reconnected with the one who wielded it. So Sergei's voice has gone into it to channel this fractured ray of sunlight that is now beaming out of this hilt. Bright light is all around you guys right now as this sword shines, and you almost feel like the temple kind of expands and pulls back a little bit as the sword is alight. Presently, in terms of the relationship, I will let you make an Arcana check quickly.
Indeed. 11.
11. You know that the voice is no longer inhabited in you. It's been propelled out and has gone into the blade. The nature of this, you don't necessarily know what's happening. You don't hear Sergei's voice anymore. You don't hear that connection. And as it's gone, you just kind of feel like you're holding this sword. There's a complexity to it that you don't fully understand. And it could be something you could take the time to study and think about, but at present, you don't have the time to do that. Like this is kind of like instantaneous reaction process. So you don't know what's going on, but it's like, okay, I got a sword made of pure sunlight, and I don't know what's happening.
But essentially, I've lost any ability to communicate with him because he's in the sword now.
Yes, that is exactly it.
Okay. And no one else has clocked this yet, right? So I just lit up the sword. Do they turn around? Are they like aware of what's happening?
Yeah, Wystera is up at consciousness because Kari had healed. Everybody can see this. Everybody's next to you. And you guys are in a safe position from the skull, so you are not being flanked out from anything else at this moment.
And how far away are they from us?
Everybody else, as far as I understood it, you are standing near, who are you standing near? It was Eren, I believe, is close by. Well, I think you are all clustered. I think that you are basically in front of everybody else right now with this sword held up, but you're only like 5 feet away from everybody.
What about them? Like, sorry, how far am I away from Irina and Rahadin?
Oh, you are 30 feet away from them.
30 feet, hey?
Yeah, you are. Like, yeah, they were at the base of the stairs. Because yeah, Irina did not leave the stair position, and then Rahadin had run up the stairs.
He just skedaddled away. Okay, at this point, I'm just gonna talk to him. I'm not gonna. There's no initiative, right? We're out of.
No, we are definitely
Combat.
still in initiative. This is going to be,
Oh,
yeah, but you can have a
Action.
conversation. You can talk to him if you want. I will then have everybody else try to make choices based on all this because you are leading the group with decisions. Because
fair
you were
enough.
first in initiative as well.
Right. Okay. Then no, we're still in initiative. I'm gonna attempt to charm person.
Charm person
Yeah.
on whom?
On him, on Rahadin.
Very interesting. Okay.
Oh, but it does it with advantage. Hang on. But we're not fighting it at the moment. Does that count?
He is certainly hostile to you.
Okay, so he would get advantage if. Never mind. I'm just gonna talk to him. Do I feel like the sword? Do I know anything about the sword or how to use it? Did Sergey give me any information? Or is that
Your
diddly
11
squat?
Arcana and you're casting out of this, you do not have the connection necessarily with Sergey anymore. You did not inquire with the voice on anything about the sword or anything of that nature. This is now simply an item that you would have to identify, study,
Mhm.
figure it out. But at this moment, it's all up on that.
That's fair. Okay, then I'm just gonna talk to him. I'll just be like, very intimidating. Like, I'm just gonna say, what do you think you're doing? And that's my turn because I can't do anything else.
Sure. The response you get back is simply, I think what I'm going to be doing is taking better care of her, much better care than the rest of you possibly could. Now, that's going to go to Eren.
I don't fucking know what to do. Damn it. I'm just gonna put my weapons away and just like put my hands up and be like, don't hurt her. That's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay, you're going to stay there. You just receive the response. I have no intention of hurting her. I have no intention of hurting her at all. Vistra, what are you doing?
It's a good start.
How many entrances are there to this room?
Surround him.
There's the left side, which you are closest to. There's the way going to the east entrance, which is across from you guys. There's an east passage. There's a door that is underneath this balcony that is closed. There is the secret door you had. There's the crumbled entrance. There's basically you've
Six.
clocked when you were coming in through at least 7 to 8 doors, and then there's other entrances. There's about probably like 9 different spots where things could come through and come around.
That's great. Well, that's
Yeah, this is a labyrinth.
my cunning plan is completely useless. Well, you are not leaving here with her either.
Well, see, there's something that I think we very much disagree on. That is something I'm very much going to do.
That's my turn. Good job, Dave.
Sly, your
Yeah,
turn.
not supposed to do anything.
We're all together in a clump, right? Like, are we
Yep.
all together? So there's no.
All in this together.
Ba, 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 ba. Hmm. This is quite the conundrum. How far is? Oh shoot, I forgot his name. How far are
35
they?
feet. 35 feet from you guys.
Hmm. Um, 35 feet, and he has his dagger at her neck still.
His sword, yeah.
He has a sword at her neck.
Yeah, it's like this really twisted scimitar that is set right to her throat.
Yeah. Is he looking to back away, or is he trying to escape right now?
Um,
Yeah.
Right now he's not committed to any actions, but he is the only thing that has been done is he's gotten to this position where he is behind Irina, and it seems like there is a desire to leave with her. Just don't know the direction.
Okay, so I was just gonna he's gonna sheath his weapons, and then not flank him because obviously he couldn't do that, but just come to like one of the edges of. Are we like just in like a small clump? Are we in like a little semicircle? Like how are we standing?
You guys are clumped right now. Wystera is kind of on the ground. Kari is kind of like right over top, kneeling down near her. You and Eren are kind of closest to are with your backs turned. Well, Eren and you guys came on the same side, so it's not your backs turned, but you guys are facing directly towards Irina and Rahadin. So you guys are on the farthest edge, basically, of this. Squally's in front of everybody with a sword.
I'm just standing like face to face with him.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a die here,
My
Sly.
turn
You're
is
taking
slink.
some
Okay.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna okay, as we do that, I'm gonna put my weapons, sheath them, and then go over to the left side of our clump. So I'm on like the right side of him, but like still face to face. Like I'm not trying to flank him. I'm just on the left side of our clump.
Got
If
it.
that makes
So you're
sense.
trying to you're getting closer to the west side entrance, basically.
Sure.
Okay. So you kind of like reposition yourself. You see the focus kind of turns to you.
No,
As
that'll
you,
be my turn.
all right. You make your way there, Sly. You notice Rahadin looks at you. And as he sees you adjust, he turns facing. Irina is going to try something at this moment just to see if she can break the grapple.
Mona Arena.
So what happens is this. Irina has the blade at her throat. She stands there, and with her crossbow kind of at the side, she takes it and kind of hits it. It's like one of those hair triggers underneath. So what she does is she turns it to her side, smacks it against her thigh so that the trigger releases to impact where Rahadin's arm is to get that position and begin to go. As that happens, black wisps blow up near his arm, and she pushes away, almost as if she pushes through the sword. She pushes out through it. Black mist goes around her. She's like, catches her breath.
DM, is she broken free from him?
She is.
Cool. I'm gonna go into a rage and use my instinctive pounce to jump at
Not your
Rahadin.
turn. Sure, not
can't
your
do
turn
that?
just yet.
Fuck.
No, that has to
Fuck.
be a declared readied action. You have to be able to do that on your turn.
Fuck me.
But
Okay.
as that happens, though, you notice this. You're about to go into something, but you take in Rodden's form is shifting. The sword is like it's like split in half and then reconnects. And you see in front of you this shadowing individual where his paled skin and the ornaments of his like garb begin to shift and change. His eyes go from their kind of cold gray ashy tone to a red, and you see as this figure looks at all of you, says, "Come play with us in the dark." And as they say that, you see a shadow creature with like a gaping maw of fangs kind of emerge in this place and begin to fly off, going into the western portion of the entrance. Like it flies and passes you, Sly, and just begins to fly deeper into the dark. It gets to a point where it almost like disperses. So even with your dark vision, Sly, it's hard to kind of pinpoint where it goes, but it begins to travel. Okay. Irina is gasping for breath on the staircase, but you just see it begin to go down deeper. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
Who's next?
I'm asking everybody. You guys get to decide how you guys want to break this up. Everybody in the group, you guys are now going to be able to talk amongst yourselves about how you want to go about your like your pursuits in this temple.
Well, I want to go check on her
I'm-
first.
I'm immediately running over
running
to
to her.
Irina and grabbing her.
Great. You grab onto her and she's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. What was that? What was that thing?
I don't know, but you stay close.
Yes, I think that would be a smart idea. And she kind of like looks at Kari a little surprised. Kari's a little embarrassed at this moment, but also not like trying to hide that. But you can tell Wystera.
Squally looks at Kari and says, I'm gonna look at her. I think you should take this. I can't do anything with this. And I give Kari the Sunblade.
She looks at it and then she puts her hand out just to kind of grab it. It's like,
And then I want to immediately do, like, I don't even care what she's doing with it. I want to check on Irina and do a medicine check.
sure, make a medicine check. Yeah, she just kind of looks at the sword at this moment and just like, great, fuck, okay. And then just kind of is illuminating the space. Yeah,
22.
22. She's okay. There was what seemed to be a blade was actually shadow. So it doesn't seem like it has made there is an impression on her throat, which means that whatever this was, it was that it was made like an incorporeal being made itself corporeal, but she's not harmed, she's not cut, she's okay. But she is startled. She was startled. Her heart rate is definitely elevated. And yeah, she's definitely going to be
But she
sticking
doesn't
around with
seem
her.
physically harmed or like mentally harmed or
Well, there's definitely the startledness of having
sure.
someone right to your throat.
But,
Yeah,
like,
psychologically,
yeah.
she's like, okay, that was pretty wild. Kari looks at the sword, is kind of like taking the space. Just okay. That's a problem. Oh, but I don't know, where are we supposed to go? Where are we supposed to do?
I mean, we found the sun sword. We did the thing. Sergei is in the sword. I feel like we can leave.
Well,
Yeah, is
I
there
still gotta
anything
find my
else we
brother
need to
here.
do
We gotta
here?
find him. We gotta find my brother.
You think he's here?
If Drindath's shield was here, they went this way, and we haven't seen any sign of them anywhere else. He's got to be here. So, I mean,
Strahd did say he sent him to the Amber Temple.
Ah,
Wystera
sorry.
stands up. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Did your brother's notes or anything say how to use this thing? And I point to the sword she's holding up.
I don't know. What happened? I think they said that they found this sword before. They found it at the hill. Like they found it at the top of this hill. But then it
Here?
was like, yeah, but it was taken. It was like in the notes, it was said that they had it, and then Aragol betrayed them and stole this sword. I don't know who Aragol is, but he took it, and then it was just gone. So I guess they brought it here.
Well, it told us to go play with it, and maybe perhaps your brother is with him. I honestly, I don't. Yeah, what would you guys like to do? Should we go follow it?
No, Vistra stands up, and so DM, how many doors after the 42 that you mentioned, how many of these doors go away from being hit by the skull, the laser skulls, and that appear to be going deeper somewhere? What
Okay.
choices do we have?
So there's a giant hole in the wall behind you guys that is safe from their vicinity. The one that is definitely not safe is on the easternmost exit. Now there were some doors that lead like from if you climb up the stairs to get back to the overlook, there's doors that can lead onto other areas. So you could explore through that. But yeah, the ones that are not safe to get to from your position is the eastern side and the door that is sealed underneath the overlook. There is the secret door behind the statue that is out of the range of that. And then Squally had seen that there were the balcony spots. One of the balconies is crumbled, and there's some openings, entrances there. The western space that you guys are at right now has that path where the shadow thing had gone. And yeah, that one's looking the most safe.
Okay, so Vistra she says inside her mind, help. And I'd like her to walk a little bit of distance towards the doors that are safe, that seem to be the most possible, or including the giant hole That sounds good. And I'm wondering if there's any difference in her necklace.
The necklace is radiating uh purple energy at this point. It's like radiating off of this.
Yeah. So it's at 100%. So there's no way it can fluctuate, is what you're saying.
Not not really. You
Okay.
have been, I mean, you have been given instructions and you have been given like, the best guidance you can be given off of it. But honestly, you might have to explore this space
Okay.
a bit to be able to find something. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I suggest the giant hole. It seems to be the loudest offering here.
Um, Kari kind of hesitates for a moment. She's like, I mean, it could be possible if we were to go inside that. I don't know if Tristan would have gone through there, but we can check and see. We could look. We could try.
I'm gonna kind of stop Kari for a second and just kind of like look at her and like take a deep breath with her. I want to do some like aura stuff, but more so I just want to say, like, look her in the eye. Where do you think he would have gone? What is your gut telling you right
I
now?
don't know.
And I
I
want to
don't.
make it like serious. Just
And
breathe
you want to do?
and think.
Like, I'm breathing, Squally. I don't know. I feel like this is not a place. This isn't a place that he would want to go. Like, this is kind of shit that he would stay away from. This is not something that any of us would come near. He's always been like, I don't understand what he's doing here. This is not a place that he would just instinctively say, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. The place where there's like a bunch of fucking black magic shit just happening. That's not, he's someone who is like goody two shoes, reading book smart shit, biscuit, fuckhead, and he doesn't do this. So I don't know what he's thinking, and I don't know where we're supposed to go. I don't know if he's going for an easy entrance. I don't know if he's going to go for something that's like more complicated. I don't know what he's looking for. It just seems like he's looking for like power or something. Like from when it read, he kept talking about like the power, like the Darklord's power, and that's it. That's what it ended on. And so I don't know what exactly we're finding here.
Wystera, your little glowy glow. Does that take you somewhere dark?
It not dark, but it is telling me there is immense power here. To be honest, I believe there is more to be found here, and I am hoping that is something that will help us and Kari at the same time. But my necklace is simply telling me we are in a very near a very powerful source of magic, and
Any sense of direction it led you?
I'm afraid not. It is I asked because I thought that might work, but it is not telling me. I am afraid I am guessing with the rest of you.
Uh, Personally, I could attempt to speak with the wind. However, it's terrifying right now, and I might go crazy trying.
I would be careful with that in a place like this. One does not know what voices might come in. But up to you.
I'll follow wherever we think is best, but I think our number one priority needs to be keeping Irina safe,
I agree.
Yes.
along with finding Kari's brother.
If I may say, I think that our number one priority should be keeping everybody safe.
Here especially.
I appreciate you looking out for me, but do not put yourselves in compromised positions. I saw you all get electrocuted and burnt in flames, and you are still alive. So whatever's in this place is capable of powerful displays of force.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still feeling a little crispy. I don't know. This is not a place like anything I've ever been to. So I don't have a lot of ideas.
Can Vistra see into the black, or is this more impenetrable black, the black hole?
You can see it begins to go deeper into where you see it go down leads into a chamber that you can't fully see into beyond a certain point, but there are stairs that begin to turn.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so I can see that it's not just some sort of trap into nowhere.
could be.
Well, I mean that in a void sort of sense. There is something physical there, maybe. Look, everyone. This, and I'm looking at Eren especially, it's obvious this is not a good place. I am very familiar with this sort of place. And I promise to do my best to keep everyone safe. I can't promise, but I will lead wherever everyone wants to go, or attempt to. I'll go first.
You hear the voices around you begin to speak. um,
Nice. Director's Rose.
I
Thank you.
don't know.
Squally, I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please. This one's gonna be it's not a wait a second. Not a charisma one yet. This is gonna be a wisdom saving throw. Just straight. Normally you would roll this with disadvantage, but you have the advantage granted to you by oh yeah, no, because you failed one. So yeah, you are rolling this with just straight because you have protection from good and evil.
What do you want?
Wisdom saving throw. Straight roll.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wisdom saving throw straight roll 18. Like no added.
18. Okay. Staying here for as long as you have been. Whispers. These insane voices begin to kind of peel through into your ear. You can feel it creeping up through your feathers and trying to pull and grab onto your hair or just grabbing onto your like skull and just slowly kind of creeping and scraping against your body. It's like, come play with us now. Oh, wait for us inside. We want to understand everything. And they're just trying to wrench into you. There's one that kind of like, you feel it kind of glaze over your eye. You see this like hollowed out face of someone whose like jaw is completely extended and just says, give them to us. And then you are able to shake this feeling off for a moment.
Does
Squally
Vistra
just
see
starts
this?
like patting himself like Squally just starts flailing like ah.
So Vistra sees this?
Oh, everybody sees that.
Okay. Vistra turns to the group and said, "What I can tell you about a place like this is, yes, there are absolute dangers. However, much of the power of entities in an area like this get their power from our fear. Are you okay, Squally?"
Oh, just hearing voices again.
You have to pee.
Do I? What kind of roll is
You want to
that?
roll you want to roll a constitution check to see if you got to take a piss? Make an endurance check for pee.
Well, that's a nat 20. So does that mean I really have to pee? Or
You
does that
don't
mean
have to pee. You
Nice.
got
Means
this.
you're the master of your own bladder.
I guess so.
Squally determines when they have to pee. You know that bird thing of like when a bird is flying above a lamppost and just perfectly times just letting go? Yeah, that you are that bird.
All the time, constantly.
Don't ever ask me for a pee check again.
All in that 20.
Really
Well, the voices are telling me to follow them, and they're physically trying to pull me towards them. I will take that as a bad sign. However, it might
Yeah.
be where the bad evil is. So, do
Are we
go
trying to go towards the bad evil? Vistra, is that what we're supposed to do in a place like this?
Sadly, we will probably not have much choice in the matter.
All right.
We
Do I
could
get
try to-
did I feel a sense of where they were trying to pull me in a direction?
The entire
Oh.
surrounding space.
I was really
No,
hoping that
it's
was-
not. It's not like you're not a Ouija board, a palette here.
Ouija
You
bird?
are
I literally just want to close my eyes and like
Not a Ouija
let the
board.
voices take me.
no. This is you are being
Jesus,
encompassed
take
right
the wheel.
now in evil at this moment, Squally. That's the situation you are in.
Lovely.
I suggest we make a choice.
Someone spin me around 3 times. I'll close my
I was
eyes.
gonna say I can do the thing again where I close my eyes and spin around, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Vistra sighs.
I look to
Somebody
Kari.
want to roll a die?
I'm doing it, and I just close my eyes and start spinning in a circle.
Do it.
All
Roll
right.
it.
I need you to roll me. Hang on. Roll me a. Roll me a D10, please.
Got it. 10.
You son of a bitch. You point to the statue.
We were just there.
Try again.
Vistra slowly walks towards the big gaping hole and waits patiently. Sort of.
I'll spin him. I'll be spinning him, but then I'll stop and I'll be like, maybe we should.
Want to roll
And I'm
another
just
D10?
pointing at Vistra right now. Like,
Okay,
oh, okay,
then.
we're going that way.
All right.
Sorry, Sly. Irina.
Vistra, you are going to be the leader of this. Make a group initiative roll, please.
As Sly kind of joins the group, he has like a tuft of hair that's like smoldering, and he just kind of like pats it down.
Well, we got
18.
electrocuted.
Yeah,
18. Okay.
tries to like slick his static hair down.
Is
Kari
he
being
licking
behind
himself?
you.
Pushed back, not slick.
He's like himself. This is pushed back, not slicked back.
Kari's kind of behind you as well, Vistra, with the sword. You guys begin to go down into this opening hole. It looks like this entire spot was smashed You don't know from the inside or the outside. None of you can really read into that, but you begin to walk down this corridor. Doesn't go very far. With the bright light that's emanating, you can see as you get into a chamber, there is a room. There are these giant amber doors that are smashed, bent in, and completely shaped. Throughout the chambers, you just hear this pounding. Boom, boom, as it kind of like the hall kind of echoes. Mad cackles and shapes and sounds throughout. This room it's not hard for you to see this. Wall to ceiling in this 30-foot high chamber. It is broken armor, shields, weapons, scatterings of coins around here, sacks, broken urns, broken valuables all around the space, and bones. Sundered, broken. You see there is a crater in the ground that is about, I'd say, 3 feet in diameter, and there is a person whose like torso is on one end of the of it, and then their waist and legs are on another side. They are like, this person was split in half by a fist, it looks like,
Where
or a
is
giant rock.
where is Kari in our order, marching
Right
order?
behind you. I was even going to say everybody else. I'm assuming Vistra's leading, Kari's behind you, and everybody else is like kind of clumped together.
In the
I-
back with I'm gonna hang out with Eren and probably
Mhm.
Arena first. I'm just gonna whisper to Eren, why do you think he ate a toad?
I
don't know. I'm still
immediately
thinking about that.
turn around and say, Kari, be careful.
What?
As you take a look at what's here.
What? I mean, she's looking into the whole space and she's just seeing, there's just a bunch of like skeletal remains. Like, she's just seeing this. And she's like looking around frantically. She moves through. She's like, she's going to do an investigation check.
Just be careful, there may be traps, Kari.
She pushes through the space, almost ignoring you.
What
Nothing.
are we
She's not,
looking for? Oh, sorry.
Vystra turns back. There are a lot of bodies here in armor. So I'm just suggesting we be careful in this space in case there are traps.
she looks and she's like, I'm not, no, nothing. There's no sign of him here. There's nothing here. As she enters, there's a moment where her hair begins to pick up.
Electricity.
Ecstatic?
Yeah.
Her hair begins picking up. Remind me, what was Kari's Kari had a sash, right? Like an overhead cape for the wolf. Yeah, that begins to kind of like move and flip, and she kind of notices and sees. Eren, you had like paw hands?
Yeah.
Eren
Yeah.
Eren had a hood.
No, I have like
He had the little hood.
Mhm.
I'm a wolf.
Right. The hood gets pulled over your eyes. You're blind. Squally, what did you have?
The boots and vest.
I have a vest with frills.
And the
You
little
see
boots and boots.
your boots, the strings begin to be tied together for yourself. They
No.
are beginning to knot together. Vistra, what'd you have?
Nothing.
Okay. You guys begin to feel
Vistra
as
had
each
something.
and every single one of you begins to have something begins to kind of move around you guys, and
Hang on,
things are like kind of picking
Vistra-
up around.
Vistra had a cloak. 1 second.
Did I? I thought
Yeah.
I thought
Everyone
I
got that.
eschewed the whole thing.
No.
You might have, but I still gave you something.
Yeah,
Shit.
and you definitely pulled it on.
Sorry. I forget. Just let me look.
You definitely have a winter coat of some kind. Like you would have
I
had
the slash.
I'm
Well, I have
sure
my,
you gave
I have my
Wystera something.
cloak, but I thought I was
Treats.
like, oh, fuck this, you guys. I don't want anything. But
No, you
maybe I'm
definitely
wrong.
took one because we all took something to be
Okay, I
the
believe you.
wolf pack.
So what do you think I have, Kylah? Or Squally?
Not you, Sly. Not me.
What was it that Kari had
Had the
that
half.
Right, cape,
Already
yeah.
had like the Assassin's Creed cape,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, what did
Mhm, yeah.
what did I give you, Wystera? I gave
Herpes.
Sorry, guys. I just don't.
Yeah, you definitely got something. I just can't. I mean, it was,
yeah, I
So-
have a
but
big
either
check
way.
mark on you.
Okay,
Essentially,
There is
what
something.
happens?
Let's sit.
What happens is Wystera, your winter coat that you're having on you with your cloak kind of like mixed in. You can feel the string kind of pull you back a little bit, kind of
Okay.
moving you off the side.
Okay.
As this is happening, you guys begin to feel the room get cold and drops in temperature as you begin to see forms begin to move up into the space. Wystera, what is your dexterity? What's your score?
13 plus 1.
Mine is a 14. You see making themselves corporeal or these incorporeal forms begin to kind of manifest as 4 ghostly apparitions begin to emerge. One goes at Kari, one goes at Wystera, one goes towards Eren, and the other one goes towards Squally. Kari first. That's going to miss Kari. Eren next. That's missing Eren. Wystera. That's a 21, Wystera.
Yep.
Okay. Wystera, you take 13 points of necrotic damage and you must make a constitution saving throw.
Five.
Your hit point maximum is reduced by 13 as you lose 13 in your current and your maximum goes down by 13.
Okay, well, I guess I'm down again.
This creature
What?
thinks towards you. You feel
I
it
was only at 1 hit point.
drain, absorbs your life force, and you just feel yourself shrink as your like horns become cracked and brittle and you collapse to the ground. Squally, that misses you as well. It's your guys' turn.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Please.
With my feet tied together, but I am going to try to turn undead.
Okay.
So I use my cloak, and you guys got to make a wisdom saving throw. All of the undead in the area.
Excellent. Fantastic. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna say as those figures kind of briefly emerge, they go back invisible. But go ahead. Yeah, you go on and make that attempt. So what do I have to do here? I have to roll a thing.
Wisdom save.
Okay. Turning undead. Fail.
Roll a thing.
Fail. Natural 20 and natural 19. So 2 fails, 2 successes. What happens on a...
They turn.
They turn. So they can't, or they have to move away from us. So they can't be within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
For 1 minute, or until they take damage. They can't react to anything. Basically, they can only try to dash, escape, or dodge, but they can't come within 30 feet.
Okay.
If they yeah, nothing happens if I fail. But at the same time, I tell everyone, stay close to me.
Okay. Kari's the only one who's away, and she's going to try to make some attacks while she's in her spot. It's a natural 20, but it is not because it's disadvantage, and I think that misses. Yeah, that misses. That misses again. Yeah, she's just swinging Sun Sword and completely missing. But yeah, she runs over to you, and you hear this wailing sound, Squally, as these as whatever force in here is repelled and pushed. Some of it still kind of is swirling around you. Okay, Eren, Sly and Irina. Irina's like got a crossbow. Is like, what am I gonna shoot? She's just looking for something. She's gonna actually go over to Wystera and try to stabilize her, and fails. She just grabs out. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Kills her.
Eren and Sly.
I'm gonna unblind myself if I can.
Yeah. You sure? You
Okay.
just take a moment to like, pull your.
I'm assuming I just move it, and then I also assume that I don't see anything because they disappeared again.
Yeah.
In that case, I have no idea where these things are, so I'm just gonna. I guess I'll take the dodge action,
Sounds good.
just for if they try to blind me again.
I'm sorry, I missed something. With the destroy undead, with the ones that failed, or sorry, with the turn undead, I'm just confused about the rules. With destroy undead, if they failed the saving throw, then the creature is instantly destroyed after 5th level. But I'm confused at when the CR is half or lower. What is
Yeah,
that?
they have to be a
Yeah.
really low CR.
You have to be
What is
really
CR?
low CR.
Their challenge
half
rating.
CR. Challenge rating, yeah. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
and
let
they're
you
not?
know.
It's like how strong the enemy is that we're fighting.
I'm letting you know 2 of these things failed. None of them are destroyed.
Bummer. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for the heads up and checking that out. Sly, what are you doing?
So there was the one that didn't fail that save throw.
2.
2.
2 that did not fail.
Okay. We see which. Am I able to see which ones that was?
Nope, they are completely invisible.
Ah,
But they can't come within 30 feet of us, so whichever one knocks you
except 2 of them
first.
can.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Gotta get hit by one first.
Were the others repelled away?
Yes. You just heard a large wailing in the room and it moves out, but some energy is still around you.
Okay. Sly. Okay, I think I have to do this. Sly is going to go into a rage.
Okay.
Shoot. Yeah, I'll do that. And his claws are gonna kind of like flare out. I'm sorry, Kylah. When the spell is cast, like anything close gets pushed away, right?
Yeah, anything undead.
Anything undead close
It can't
by.
come within 30 feet of us, so if you stay
Okay.
close to me, it's fine. But it only lasts for a minute.
Okay, cool. Okay, as Sly goes into a rage, he'll kind of stick by Squally, and he's just gonna like take his claws and kind of like swing around, trying to like hit at something.
Sounds good. There's going to be attacks with disadvantage.
Okay. And with my, with the claws, I get the 2 attacks.
Yeah, you get you have
Okay.
3 attacks then total. Yeah.
Ooh, sick. Tip. Disadvantage. First one, that's a 6.
Nope.
10.
Nope.
13.
You are raking out, and on the last thing, you make contact with something. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sick. That is 3.
Are you adding your rage damage as well?
I
You're
am.
adding. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 for damage.
And did you add your strength bonus to it?
My strength bonus goes to my attack bonus,
And
not
your
my
damage.
damage.
And
It
your
does?
damage. Yeah. Proficiency is the only thing
It
you don't add.
6. That's 5 slashing damage, and it does count as magic.
As you scrape out into the walls, what you guys see is Sly's claws hook into the side of a face that as it rakes across, you just basically see it like scream and wail as it like peels through the invisibility, and it just, you guys see it for a horrifying second, and then it vanishes once again. With that, Wystera, I need you to make a death saving throw, please.
Well, I'm gonna get out my special die. Nat 20.
You get up on from the ground, and you just feel this like this weird presence of something almost like come into your heart, and you just hear a voice of like, not here. And you come back. Okay, with that, Sly, that's a miss. That's a miss on
why I
Eren.
did that.
So whatever presence is near you guys completely misses. Then Squally. Oh no. Squally, this is what happens to you twice, and one's critical.
Uh-oh.
So you do not get attacked by something that is right next to you. That doesn't happen. But you see from across the room a skull come up in the air and begins to be thrown towards your face, and like lands and clamps right on top of your shoulder blade. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you see a bunch of gold begin to like pick up and look like bladed discs, and they cut across your beak and your body. And you then take an additional 11 points of slashing damage.
I'm not looking so good, you guys.
Okay, that's your guys' turn.
Is that me then?
Is anybody who wants to go? Yeah.
Okay, I jump up. How far is Squally's not far from me?
Yeah, you're right next to. Yeah, you jump up and
Yeah.
Squally's right near
Okay.
you. Yeah.
I
see
cast
the
protection
twins.
from evil and good on Squally.
I already have that.
Fuck. When did you do that?
Kari's put it on me a while ago. I asked about it
That's
at
a
the
good
beginning.
point, and thank you for the reminder of that.
It's also
you
a
can
great
go,
name for a band.
So you shouldn't be
Go
taking.
ahead. No, go ahead and reduce that 11 that you took to 5. They still hit you, but it was with disadvantage. I just re-rolled. That was not a natural 20 I rolled.
So, +6. Yeah. I'm still not looking good. But thank you.
All right.
But yes, Mr. You jump up.
Yes. Where were we? Right. I jump up and I cast protection of evil and good on Irina.
Okay. You touch on Irina and you cast that on her. It feels like a very different kind of shielding, like almost this kind of like warded barrier of heat. Wonderful. Anything else you do, Wystera?
Yeah, I'd just like to is there another exit from this place other than the way we came in?
Nothing that you can see, especially with the bright light. There's only one room. You'd have to investigate the whole space. Kari didn't find anything.
Okay, I want to since I didn't have to do any movement, I'd like to use my movement to do I have any sense of where? How big is what's the diameter of this room again?
There's a 30-foot tall room here. In terms of the actual spacing of it from wall to wall, you're dealing with a chamber that is about 40 feet by 40 feet. There's kind of a large alcove outstretched and then some walls structured there. That's all you're kind of seeing.
Okay, I'm gonna move around around the right hand side around the circle, looking for something, anything? Doorway?
Go ahead. You can make a perception check.
Okay. That is a 19.
19. Okay. Okay. 19.
And sorry, just checking, how many hit points am I at?
1.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't know if the nat 20 made any difference. Okay. Just making sure.
I mean, not having to make 2 other rolls is pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's why I use this fancy die.
Is it
Okay.
loaded?
Yeah.
You look through
Oh,
this room,
loaded.
Wystera. There is nothing here. There is nothing here except ruined, scattered. You can collect some coins, but you're going through this room and there's no secret entrances. There's no doors. There's nothing that you can see.
All right, I'd just like to call out to everyone. I do not see a way out. Perhaps we should go back and go through another door. I'm sorry.
Kari just says, "In a second, fuck," and she's just like swinging out. That hits just. Okay. So what happens is Kari screams out, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, +2, 7, 8. She swings out the sword and then thrusts and then stabs into there's an invisible image that is seen where she stabs through 2 creatures. One of them, it's like their heads are collided with each other and it spins and they just start spinning around in a 360-degree circle, wailing,
Shish kebab.
and then disappear again. Okay, who else wants to go?
I'm gonna see the things that Kari just attacked. And I'm gonna run and try to attack them as well, I guess.
Sounds good. Make attacks with disadvantage.
I'm gonna attack recklessly
Then make a
to
straight roll.
even
and
that out.
Even that out, baby.
Even it out.
Dirty 20 on the first one.
That hits.
And that probably won't hit. That's 12. Oh, no, that's a 9. Not a 6. Nice. That's 15.
15 points of damage? Or that hits? Or
No,
15?
no, 15 to hit on the second one.
That hits. That hits.
Okay, now damage.
Now damage.
Shit. 11 total.
11 total. You run up to the spot where Kari's at, and you take a guess. You swing one-handed with the hammer, and you make contact with something, and it forms, but your attack is so weak in comparison to what she had admitted. So you just kind of like start batting at this thing. It's almost like a piñata that kind of just pops in and out of form and vanishes. Who's next?
I think I got
Actually,
it, guys.
Irina's going to take that moment and try to shoot at it. Her bonus is 2, I believe. She rolled actually okay. She has 3 or 2. +3, she hits. Fuck you. Fuck you, dice. They don't like me. And with that, she sees the one image. She fires as she shoots, streaks through this one area, and you guys see this creature begin to come out of invisibility. Huge explosion of scattered bone all around the area. Coins scatter. There is still an evil presence in this room, but one thing has just dropped. All right, who's next?
Can I see the second one that was Kari hit 2 at the same time, or did it just have 2 heads?
Just seemed like whatever she hit was had multiple different faces on it. Yeah.
Nice.
Or
Okay,
maybe
so I
she
didn't see
caught. I
anything
think
else.
she actually. I think what she did was she caught whatever specter things or whatever were in here at the same time as they were moving around and just clipped them at the same time.
And then Irina shot it too.
Irina shot one thing, yeah, and then hit that. And
Can
now
I
she's
see
still-
any of the other things, or am I still
Nope.
nice? Okay. I guess I will. What do I want to do? Yeah, I can't see anything. Okay, I will then cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And the Will of the Wisps emerge.
Around you, a dome of these glowing like torch-like silvered protecting orbs come out. One of the things is immediately next to you because it survived.
Moist.
What
It,
is the save I need to roll?
Yeah, wisdom save.
That is a success if your DC is a 15.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. It is
All right, so
15.
I believe it takes half damage.
Yeah, 3d8. Uh, 8
Okay,
damage.
so 4 points.
Okay.
As that comes up,
Sorry, 1 second. Is it rounded? I rolled 19.
oh, I see what you mean. So then it would
Divided
be
by 2.
Yeah,
it
she
would
was
be
giving
9,
you the divided.
9 damage.
9? Okay, yes.
9. Very good. Yeah.
9.
2 of these orbs smash into one of these creatures, and you see it grinding its face as it starts to like shred on its ears, and then the guardians continue to circle around you.
Cool, and
All
then it doesn't affect of course, all of our party, but yeah, if anything comes into the area, and everything's speed is halved.
Got it. Good to know. Good to know. So yeah,
Okay.
you just see this one thing battered. It still disappears. Who's next? I think it's just Sly that remains.
Yeah, Sly will do I think the same thing he did before. He just kind of spins randomly.
Okay.
I think that's all he can really do.
Okay.
Unless yeah, kind of sticking close by Squally. And I'm gonna do this recklessly, so then it'll just be straight rolls, right?
Straight rolls.
Okay. 21,
That hits.
5,
Okay.
and that's a nat 20.
Oh, there you go, baby.
Okay,
Hell
first
yeah.
one. Okay, first one that's 9 damage.
That is not the nat 20 that you got.
No, that was the 21, the dirty 21.
Okay. So, that's your second hit that you made, yes?
That was the first hit.
Oh, okay. I thought you got
So I rolled-
5. Oh, no. I see what you
I
mean.
rolled, yeah, because I got a 21, a 5, and a nat 20.
Got it. Okay, so the nat 20 is on the third thing you hit. Got it. So
Yeah,
first slash, you go and streak across where Squally had made contact. Then you latch out to another section of the room. Go ahead, roll the damage and describe to me what it looks like when you pierce through the veil between this plane and the ethereal plane as you stab your claws into like the ghost dimension.
Is that for the 20?
This is for the nat 20 as you reach
Okay.
into the ethereal plane.
Okay, let me just roll the die. Yeah, I think I got them. That's
You're
Where's my one
rolling
die.
3d6.
Hit the one die. Yeah, because crit doubles it, and then I have savage attack, so I get an extra damage die. So I get 3d6. Yeah.
And then you're adding 4, I believe.
Adding 4?
Yeah, your rage damage and your strength.
Yes. Yes. Hey, that's pretty good. That is 19 damage.
19 damage. Ooh. So
Yeah.
yeah, please describe what it looks like as you pierce through this veil.
This veil of, sorry, you said I'm like ripping into the spirit realm?
Yeah,
Is that what
this
you said?
ethereal plane as you pierce through, grabbing whatever the fuck is in this thing.
While Sly has no longer cursed to destroy any undead or any kind of spiritual or ghost type being, he's still fucking pissed at these creatures that keep wisping around and not showing themselves. As he swings, unable to see them, he just kind of swings blindly, and then once he hits one and just says like, "Oh, got you now." He gets his one claw attack to swing in, nicks it, takes his other claw, misses underneath, but then knows the middle ground to go, and he kind of lunges both claws in right in front and just gets like digs his claws in until he can't dig in anymore, and then just tears across, like one hand there, and just like rips it down.
As you begin to tear into the ethereal chest of this whatever creature, like you are just pulling through, you see the figure take form, its hands on yours, and it's just like and helping you pull itself more and more apart until it's like accordioning, and then it disappears at this moment, and it's going to attack with advantage because you went recklessly.
Yeah.
That hits. Sly, you are going to take 9 points of force damage, which is not halved, as you feel yourself be blasted backwards. And because you had run out recklessly into the room to start like kind of and tearing at things, you're going to get hit again, attacked again. That's going to hit for sure.
Okay, that 9 did knock me down to 0.
Then you fail 2 death saving throws as you see.
But
yeah.
I have relentless endurance, so I do not. So I have relentless endurance, so I get knocked to 0, and I'm back up at 1. But then you hit me again.
You take 7 points of damage as whatever creature grabs the back end of your poncho and smashes your head into the ground, knocking you unconscious.
Cool.
Squally,
Now I'm unconscious. Yeah.
what's the rules for your spirit guardians? Is it when they start their turn or end their turn? Can't hear you.
You muted.
Sorry. Just when they enter the area for the first time or on a turn starts its turn there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I need to roll a wisdom save.
Yep.
Oh, that's a failure. This creature does not have the life force to survive this. You can go ahead and roll damage if you want to, but essentially this thing's going to be torn up.
Perfect. Just tear it up.
It's basically one of those games where the three circular things, one of them takes out its head, the other one its body, and the other one its legs, and they just scatters this one. That's one gone. Or that's two gone. Okay. That
Two
one's
of five?
destroyed.
We've only 2 of 5, sorry.
Sure. You guys now have your turns. Sly's unconscious. What are you guys doing?
How far away did Sly go from me?
30 feet. Well, yeah, it was about 30. Yeah, he ran out at about 25 feet, actually. No, it would have been 30 feet because these were the ones that were repelled by you. So yeah, that's 30 feet.
We have to go to Sly, and I'll say, please stay close, and I'll start kind of maneuvering, but hoping everyone stays kind of close to me.
One attacked Sly then
Sorry?
and knocked him down, and it disappeared like right over top of Sly.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna run with Squally then, and I'm assuming he's trying to heal
Yeah,
Sly, and
I'm
I'll
gonna-
like just again swing recklessly in the area of the thing that just knocked Sly down
I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
spare the dying on Sly.
Okay.
to try to
Sly
like get its
stabilized.
attention and let Squally do
But he
his
has
thing.
no hit points. He's at 0.
First attack is a 15 again,
That hits.
and second attack is a 10.
That misses. Go ahead and roll the damage for the first one.
It is 8 damage.
First swing. You see the split open chest creature just evaporate and burst up. As you guys are killing these things, the bones are scattering around wildly. Like this room is becoming more and more ruckusly destroyed. But yeah, you swing out again and you don't hit anything. Kari sees Sly unconscious. Fuck. She's gonna run over and is gonna put one lay on hands on you. She's only got 3 left.
I really want to check that Irina stayed close to me, though. Like, I want to be cautious of her.
Irina's running with you. She's gonna shoot randomly off in the distance, and misses. Kari's attacking with disadvantage. That's a hit. That's a natural 1. She oh, holy fuck. 115. That's 19 points of damage. There, she swings out, stabs the sword in one position and cleaves off the jaw of whatever this thing is. It's ethereal jaw. It screams in her face and she drops the sun sword and it just falls down to the ground, right behind her, between you and her, between her and you, Wystera. Wystera, it's your turn. Sly, you are conscious again. You have 1 hit point. And you're out of your rage.
Pick up the sword.
Yeah, that was exactly my thought. So Vistra's gonna dive for the sun sword.
Okay, you strike out, grab it, you have it in your hands. As you grab the sun sword, Wystera, you hear, "Good. Bring it to me." It's still your turn, and Sly, it's yours as well.
Okay. I'm Uh, I'm going to. Ah, crap. Um, crap. Okay. So that kind of comes to around everyone. What's the positioning right now? People are in.
Well, everybody's kind of coming up, surrounded
Well,
by
kinda
you.
clumped around you.
Vistra's the only one that's not clumped near you as well as Kari.
Okay. Did I destroy that one? That I like ripped apart? Or did it?
Eren destroyed whatever being that was there. Yeah, with that.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Okay.
You're telling us it's,
Since these are ghostly creatures, would my bite ability work to heal me? Because all it says on here is whenever I damage a creature with that.
Yeah, these would qualify as creatures. If you
Would.
damaged it, you would be able to like extract a life, an essence of force from that. Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. I think.
Thank
Ah.
you. Thank you. Love you, Thank you. Bye, boys.
That is exactly what the voicers are saying. Thank you.
Bye, boys.
Thank you so much.
I apologize.
It's okay.
As Sly kind of comes to, he looks at the rest of the group and just says, so how are we getting out of here?
Is that all you're doing? Is anybody else doing anything else?
Well, I'm asking the group, like, are we sticking it out here, or are we finding a path to get away?
Well, you can ask that question, then I'm going to do my action with my thing.
Fine, fuck it, I'll go into a rage and get my mandible out. And can I attack something? The closest thing?
Sure, go on and make an attack.
Cool, I'll do it recklessly, because at this point, why the heck not? Yeah. Shoot, that's a 9.
Miss.
Okay. Sword. Yeah.
What's your thing that you have?
Wait,
one
I
do you
don't
have
think I
out?
do anything. I did my mandible, my bite.
Okay, you can attack twice with your bite if you want to. Because
Cool.
you have extra attack, which gives you 2 attacks.
Yeah. I'll do that. That is a 16.
That's gonna hit.
Sick. And then that one needs to be D8. That will be 9 damage.
There is a moment, Sly, when you kind of like rush and you begin to see things in the room begin to get picked up. Something's about to, like a skull is about to like kind of laugh out, and it's like, and you jump out towards it. It collapses to the ground. You go to bite. You miss the skull. You jump out again. You clasp your fangs into the wall itself. You bite into the stone. And you just kind of see your face, like your teeth are stuck right now in the stone as you're like up on it. as you are here, blood begins to pour out from the wall. And you begin to feel it just go in your mouth. And you just begin to see blood dripping down on from the actual stone onto the ground. And as you are here, the room begins to pick up wildly, shaking. Everything in the room begins to go, and you are hit with blood is beginning to flood into your mouth right now. You do recover 3 hit points, I believe, from your proficiency bonus.
I believe yes. Yes, that's it.
You can feel there's an overwhelming amount of blood beginning to come through in this wall.
Okay.
You want to stay there?
Can I kind of back off into the group? Do I have a moment to
Absolutely.
do that? Okay, I'll
Yeah,
stick around with the group.
you pull yourself off, and then blood begins to spray towards your face as a whole bunch of blood is like shooting out from the wall. What are you guys doing?
I suggest we get out of here, and I start heading up the stairs.
Yeah, I start running with everyone.
Considering how
Yeah.
hurt all you guys are, I think we get the F out of here.
Let's go.
Agreed.
Wystera, you holding the sword, everybody begins to pick up and run, slipping, like Irina slips through the blood at one point and then begins to keep going and running as
I
it just
am
begins to blood.
staying
Yeah, so
as close to Irina as possible.
Yeah.
Personally.
Got it.
pick her up.
You guys begin to rush as you just begin to hear screams coming behind you as you guys begin to run out of the room, getting out and coming back into the central chamber.
I immediately get to the back of the group, even though I led my way up the stairs, and I'm holding the sun sword, holding my action at the door in case something comes out.
Okay. You wait. Nothing happens for a little while. Kari comes up to you, Wystera, and you feel a hand kind of grab onto your hand to come for the sword.
Yes.
Kari just kind of looks and says, "You doing okay?"
Barely, thank you. You?
I don't fucking know. She's gonna kind of like turn away from you at this moment. She doesn't take the sword. She pulls out her own. She's like, says to you, the thing's pretty wicked, but like, be careful with it.
Understood.
It's like, where the fuck do we go now?
Not that way.
We pick another door, Kari. Any
And that's where we're gonna
thoughts?
take our break. All
That's a
right,
pretty good
guys.
idea.
What the heck was that?
We pick another door. End scene.
We're just gonna take a quick break here, guys, and we will be right back in a moment.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We
we're gonna
have
get
big news. Welcome back.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold for one moment, please. Just one moment, please. We will get back to Curse of Strahd, but we are going to take a quick moment. Yeah. We have just received word. I know everybody was like, okay, that was a really weird ghost moment, but we have been waiting for the announcement about the shepherd's pie situation. So Kylah, please tell us, what is going on? What is this mystery food?
It was called a shipwreck pie.
And the
Twas
right
not. Twas not a shepherd's pie. Twas a shipwreck pie, and it's a type of wild rice casserole using potato, carrot, parsnip, and any canned goods available, and rice.
I've never heard of this.
Any
I'm-
canned goods?
Mhm.
Any canned goods.
So is this a,
Hence the
Alright.
name.
do you know the country of origin of this?
Probably the States.
I'm like, where was there a shipwreck? It could have been a Prince Edward Island thing.
Right. I've never heard of this, so I'm just curious. Right in, everybody.
I'm looking. One moment.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Shipwrecks pie.
It's Amish.
It's an Amish pie. There we go.
Aha.
Well,
It's an everything but the kitchen sink situation, basically.
So, sorry,
it.
just one more question. So, did one of you read Shipwreck as shepherds, and that's how it ended up in the house?
No, no. Adam's mom made it. Gave it to Adam. Adam sold it to me as a shepherd's pie.
Ah,
When in fact, he was like,
oh,
oh,
so
a
it's all
shepherd's
Adam's
pie.
fault.
so it's
It's Adam's
Adam's fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
My expectations were ruined. It's okay.
Got
it's
it.
not-
So
Adam's in the doghouse. Check.
very
Yeah.
good.
It was still delicious. She did a great job. I've never had
At
a
least
Oh.
it was still good, right?
Yeah. Like
I've never
no
had a
fault
shipwreck
of the
pie
mom. No fault of the
No,
mom
no, no.
here.
This
We
is
just
Adam,
celebrated
100%.
International Women's Day. No fault of the mom whatsoever. This is all Adam's fault right now. So Noah,
Ugh, men.
Apparently,
Yeah.
he told me that it was a shipwreck pie, but it was when I was driving and I couldn't hear him on the phone. Then when I came
Like
home,
shepherd's pie?
he said shepherd's pie.
oh, so this is your fault.
This is to be determined.
It is a
Nobody.
miscommunication.
Okay, cool.
I think it's the fault of the people who were like shepherd's pie, shipwreck pie. Who
I
fucking
guess
cares?
We'll blame
Yeah. I guess
Let's just name it the same thing.
I guess I should go on the record and say, sorry, men. I didn't mean to roast you, but
Just-
yeah.
Sorry, Adam.
Sorry, Adam.
It's
There's a
okay.
third
We
one
all know
called
that men are
shipwreck pie,
terrible.
which gets even more confusing.
We are. Anyway, back to the horror temple I put you guys in.
Ah.
So,
Okay, spin me in a circle.
Kari grabs on to Eren at this moment, at that point, looks at you, Wystera, looks at everybody, and says, guys, we can't just like make a guess and an estimate here on like where the best spot is. We can't just go through things randomly without any
It's
kind of
like
intention.
20 doors in here. How are we
I
supposed to know
know.
which one to go through?
I don't know. But we can't just decide that, yeah, we're going to go down one room, check out every single place. Like, as far as I can tell, if we pick one door, that's going to mean the difference between us getting mulched up by a bunch of bones and stuff and like ghosts or just like someone losing their freaking mind. I don't know. But
Ghost. Um,
Well, what do you suggest?
like I'm worried about you guys. I've seen like everybody go down.
Yeah, I think maybe a small nap, but it would probably find difficult.
I'm under half of my HP, whatever that is.
Me
And
as
I
well.
am permanently down.
can we afford to even take a moment? Like, can we? I don't know.
I don't
Well,
either.
I don't imagine taking a moment will stop anything from coming at us.
Like we could take like an hour, maybe. Just recoup.
Someone will have to stay watch in a place like this.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying let's sleep. I'm saying let's just like gather ourselves. Take a short rest.
I'm worried though that if we do any kind of thing like that, like the protection I place up on Squally doesn't last long. And I don't know what's happening. Like Squally's getting hit worse than any of us are, just like on some levels that we don't understand. And Wystera's getting, I don't know what it is.
I mean, Vystera's just Wystera. I think she's fine. This seems like home for Wystera. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but even Vistara's getting smacked, so I guess I don't want to know what that means about Vistara's home, but like, yeah.
Sly, how you feeling?
Oh, I can probably take one more hit and then I'm down.
So
I'm
that's
barely I'm
one
barely
hit,
up
one
here.
hit, one hit. Kari, I don't know how you are, but
I'm I'm okay. I mean,
I'm okay too, but
Can I? Vistra walks over to Squally and can you look at this sword? And I know you had it for a moment, but could you look at it? Can you divine anything from it? I don't know what it is I'm asking, but is there?
I have limited information, but I could try if we take some time with it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get much.
Okay.
He didn't give me any information. I don't know how to use a sword.
I just thought maybe there was a. Okay.
I can probably use a sword.
Hmm.
Would you like it?
I don't know. I've never used one that's fire or sun or whatever it is, but I've used swords.
Hmm.
When I look at it, do I feel any sort of like uh divine understanding, just like because I do a lot of radiant damage, like I assume there's radiance applied to it. Is there like a command or anything that I can like, or do I feel like it can be a command? I don't know. I'm just trying to get something in connection with my radiant damage stuff.
with your own radiant damage stuff.
Just based on what I know from my radiant damage spells, and like I know I can use light. Does it do radiant damage essentially? So
General clericness?
I will say
Is it
make an
a
Arcana
sword or
check.
is it not a sword?
Yeah, make an Arcana check. And this is not going to be
It's
the
an
specific
optical
stuff.
illusion.
First one, what was that?
13.
Okay. This is now going to the point where it's like trying to extract just any information you can. The answer is yes. This blade does not have its actual structured like a blade on it. This weapon um only utilizes radiancy as its main focus of attack. Um, it does also look like it was very effective against the undead that was in the room when you guys were fighting it.
I'm gonna like kind of hold the hilt a little bit. It's not lit up right now, is it? Or is it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Squally's it's not gonna work, but Squally's gonna try all of his commands and radiant damage just to see if something happens.
His commands and radiant damage.
Yeah, 'cause I've got all my commands, like I've got all of them written down, like illuminate, shine, flare, insulate,
Ah,
flame.
I see. I see.
Nice.
Cool. You begin
Nothing
to
happens.
Don't hit
utter
anybody.
you begin to utter phrases and commands towards this thing in different like the different light force kind of commands towards it.
Sun on. Sun. Soleil.
Shape of sunshine.
Kylah, can you hold the sword for me? I want to see what it looks like while you're holding the sword. Can you hold this? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
meant to give it to her.
Beam, light, flame,
And we all died.
fire.
Eren looks and he says, "It seems to be some sort of saber made of light. A
A
lightsaber."
lightsaber.
I did not know where you were going there, Fern.
You might call it a lightsaber.
Light on. Wax on.
The
Flame.
sword, the light is radiating still.
Right. Flare. I don't know. Squally's just gonna keep talking until someone shuts him up.
Good, keep going.
Oh
You never
gosh.
know.
Okay.
Is there like a button?
Stop it.
Illuminate, luminescence, shine, blaze, glow, brilliance.
As you are doing that, Kari,
Ignite.
you guys hear from Kari. Wystera?
Yes.
Guys. And she grabs a pin off the ground. There is it's not really a pin, but it's more like an actual, well, yeah, it is a pin that you would put on like a shirt, like a jacket lapel. And it is a 4-pointed star that has this kind of like connective circle between the actual star itself. It's very small. Kari looks at it. And she's kind of moved behind the statue at this point.
Wystera, having left the sword with Squally, gets over there with Kari.
She's
Are
just
you-
shaking. She's
Are
shaking.
you all right? What's happened? What's happened? Talk to me.
I think this is like pin.
Is this your brother's?
He has 2 of these. He puts them in his coat. They're like electrum. They're like fastened. And he just has something on the back of them. She's just looking around right now.
Have you looked on the back of that one?
It's gone. The back's gone of it. I don't know where it is.
I help Kari look. Can I see anything that might be close to?
You
What you-
definitely see. You're the one person who did see the
Okay.
secret door that is right behind the statue. There's the 2 doors that there were.
Right. But is that the same one that's going to put us out into the stupid laser beam thing again?
Nope.
Okay.
This is on the north end of the room.
North end. Okay. There, and I point to the door.
None of you can really see what Wystera is pointing at. You just kind of see this large thing of
Where?
black marble and amber.
And so I don't see any sort of the backing of the pin that Kari is looking for.
Not here.
Okay. I walk to, so the secret door I concede is it still a door, or am I seeing a passageway that
No,
is-
you're
I
seeing a
can-
door. You're
Okay.
seeing a door. Yeah.
Okay, so I motion everyone over and I head towards this door and I push.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me, please. Or just this is going to be a general strength check. Yeah.
Nice knowing you all. General strength check. Okay, got it. So that means straight. I don't add anything to it, just the roll, right?
You add your strength modifier.
Oh, I do. Okay, 16 plus well, it'd be 0. So 16.
You feel yourself press against this wall, and it is too heavy for you to move, Wystera.
I'm gonna come help. I'm gonna go, I got it, and I'm gonna try to like run in and
Make a strength check.
just a straight strength check,
Straight strength.
not athletics. Eight.
You bounce off of it.
Ah. Oh, I feel like old man Eren now. Oh,
Sly
yeah.
take a crack at it.
Sly.
Yeah, Sly, take a track out.
Ruh-roh. 10.
You yourself are just pressing up against it as well. If anybody wants to try to help, Kari is gonna try to work on this.
I'll
But of
get
course-
up and instead of running at it, I'll just push, but
Do I
I'll assist.
does Wystera I wanna search around the door for, like one of these secret buttons or a green man that I can twist or anything like that.
Sure. Make an investigation
An
check.
Investigation, yeah. That would be a solid 12.
Okay. Looking through around, you're looking at this thing and you can see the frame of it, and Kari's pressing and like something kind of shifts, but it's still hard to budge. Wystera, you just
What's
begin to
that?
look around and you can just see as if the entire scope and shape of the wall, it looks like a choir of hooded individuals in the amber staring down on the central door frame. Eren, you want to roll with advantage?
sure.
Go on and roll.
Just strength again?
Just strength.
Oh, that's much better. 18.
You guys are pressing and pressing. Nothing is allowing this to open.
I look up at these faces staring down, look straight at them and say, "Let us in."
None of them respond. Wystera, with your 12, I will allow you to make an Arcana check now, please.
Thank you. Come on, baby. Mama needs a pair of shoes. 8.
You definitely feel that there is a magical presence on this door. You do not know what it is.
Fair. Thank you. Squally. I don't suppose you have some way of dispelling magic, do you? I believe this is a magic seal. And I look at Kari as well.
You're muted, Kylah.
Oh, sorry. I said I believe I have exactly that.
Well, that would be excellent if you could attempt to cast it on this door.
Where were we on the break first?
Oh.
Should we just wait a minute, or
Right.
do we want to bust through the
Squally.
door right now?
Kari looks at you, and you can just see her eyes, desperation.
And I look at her and I say, I don't want us to die looking for your brother quite yet. Can we take just a few minutes for me to think first, and I will do this right after.
You're gonna have to make a persuasion check.
Fair enough.
I don't want any of us to die. 16.
16. Kari, she looks in a cold sweat. She takes a second, looks at what she's doing, looks at everybody pressed up against this door in a compromised spot, and steps back for a moment. She just sits down and just kind of like relaxes for a moment.
Wystera sits down right beside her. Doesn't say anything, doesn't look at her, just sits down.
Okay. You guys commit to a short rest now?
I believe we should.
I'm good with it.
Yes.
You betcha.
All right. You guys can use whatever hit dice you want. Go ahead and roll those for
Roll
yourselves.
some dice.
2 for
Dimension
Kari.
the dice.
Well, okay, Kari got a full one. There we go.
And just checking, Liam, my penalty on my overall HP, that stays until some magical thing happens?
That's staying. Yeah, so your cap, your maximum HP is reduced by a amount.
Yeah, forever and ever until something magic happens. Okay, got it.
And Squally, I need you to roll through 2 wisdom saving throws with disadvantage, please, as protection from good and evil has worn off.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
are now.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, what save?
Wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
That's awesome.
So Irina's will have worn off as well.
18.
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a success. Go ahead and roll for the second one.
10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. Squally, you, during this long rest, or just short rest, you sit with everyone and you begin to hear the voices kind of coming through, all these different clamorings and speeches. Squally, you find yourself in this temple, and you're looking around and you see a small looking human like creature, it's like a halfling who is missing one arm. You have no recollection of this individual. You see this really scarred cat looking creature that looks to be like a mix between a feline and some kind of like rough, like orcish individual. You see a purple skinned tiefling before you with a glowing pendant, like this amethyst pendant, a young girl in a set of really worn but fine chainmail. There's a blade made of like glowing light in front of you, and this woman, this
Saber of
like
light.
noble, yeah, this saber of light, and this woman with a crossbow beside you, and you don't know who these people are, and you don't know why you're sitting outside of this door, and you don't really know what's going on.
Squally kind of takes off his glasses. He doesn't have glasses. Squally like rubs his eyes a little bit and just who are you? What where am I? What? And just starts absolutely panicking, but turns pale and then looks at his feathers and is like, what's happening to me? Freaks out.
Kari immediately like
Uh,
gets up from the rest and looks at Squall, and you see this young child begins to rush towards you, Squally.
I cower. I don't
I will let you know. You know what you are. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. You know also your powers. You understand the voices in your
know my
head
powers. Okay.
still speaking to you. Yeah, you speak to the winds. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I just don't
Mhm.
recognize anyone here. I take out my crossbow.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, Squally, what the fuck are you doing?
Who are you? Tell me who you are.
Squally, what the fuck?
I don't know you.
Squally, come on, don't do this.
Kari, it's okay, it's okay.
Who are you all? I don't know where I am. I don't know who you
Come on,
are.
please.
Where? Answer me. Who are you?
Kari is crying right now.
Oh,
Kari, just back. I'm gonna like grab Kari and just pull her back.
He's moving back.
It's
Sly
okay.
will kind of take Kari under his arm as kind of thinks Eren's gonna just to kind of
I'm
like
just
help
gonna
try and
slowly move up to Squally.
don't
Yeah.
get closer. I don't know you.
Do I look like I'm any danger to you? I have one arm.
It's an awful big sword you have. And
It's not a sword, it's a hammer. But thank you.
don't you have the sun sword?
No
Wait.
one gave me the sets.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were holding the sun sword. That's a big hammer you have.
It's a saber of light.
Okay, I thought you were holding the saber of light.
No, I'm not. I'm not holding. I don't have a hand. I'm not holding.
You're holding the saber of light.
Me?
Yes.
No. I passed it to who's holding the light? Am I holding it?
Yes.
DM. I don't think I'm holding it. I passed it up. Oh, I was holding it.
I gave it to you to try and
Yeah.
I was
figure out.
talking about it.
You
Sorry, I was
dropped
talking.
the sword. You dropped the sword and grabbed the crossbow.
Oh,
Well,
so it's
so the
beside
sword's
me.
on the
Okay.
ground now.
Either way, the sword's on the ground. I'm holding my crossbow.
Wait a second.
You have a very big hammer.
You dropped the sword, but you
I
had the
don't
sword and
know.
you
That's
succeeded
okay.
for save. Here's the thing.
Thumbs
Wait,
up.
you did have it.
Yes.
So
Okay,
here's
no.
the thing.
If I was holding the sword, I didn't realize I was holding the sword. When you were reading everything off to me, I thought I was looking at someone with the sword. I didn't know I was holding it. I forgot.
But here's what I'm going to say. You succeeded your first save. So
Yeah.
this is something that you will understand. When you're holding that sword, something washed over you in that 30 minutes. So this is what I'm going to let you know. Not only does Squally know who he is, what he can do, Squally, you have a profound sense of righteousness being brought through your being. In holding that sword, there is a connection that you begin to actually kind of internalize for yourself. Something is communicating with you. Another voice comes through, and you feel this desire to end an individual by the name of Strahd von Zarovich. And you can feel what that name carries with it hatred, darkness, manipulation, devastation. Someone who is corrupted the minds and hearts of hundreds of thousands, who has taken even more lives, and this individual must be put to rest and be destroyed. And you feel this. And so in this moment, you feel this profound sense of duty and responsibility, but you also do not recognize anybody here. And you are just, you feel like this righteous power. So you drop the sword and you go for a crossbow.
No, but I take that back because I didn't know I was holding it. I would keep
Okay,
holding
great.
it.
Then you gesture the sword out, if that's the
Indeed.
case.
And I take back what I said about my feathers and stuff. I just don't know who you guys are. So I'm just gonna say, like, that's a big hammer. Don't come closer. Start scene.
Wystera doesn't advance, but gets up and says, "Who are you? What is your name?"
Well, my name is Squally. Who the fuck are you?
We all know that you're Squally. You've been traveling with us for months. It hasn't been months. It feels like months.
In days.
You've been traveling with us for like 10 days, but we squeezed a lot in.
We
No.
are your allies.
How can I trust that? I don't
Are
I don't
you?
know you. What are your names? Tell me something.
You think we just showed up here
What do you remember?
and we all know your name?
What do you remember from a few minutes ago? What do you remember?
DM, what do I remember? Do I remember anything?
You
Nothing.
remember, you, as far as you understand it, you came in this temple and you now have this weapon that is meant for the purpose of destroying Strahd. That's what you remember. This intention is prominent in your being. That is what you are feeling.
I don't nothing. I walked here. I need to end an individual. I need to find him. I need
Find who? Find who?
Strahd.
That is what we are
Yeah.
doing here too. We are with you. Something has
You
happened
came
to
to
your
get
memory.
the damn
You
sword
give
that you're
me your
holding.
goddamn names. I don't know who you are.
Wystera.
And you? Small fellow.
Wystera.
Sly,
Hi,
Kari is
Wystera.
Sly,
I'm for you.
Squally is, or Kari is bawling in your arm right now.
See,
Like she
Wystera, stop
cannot
crying.
take this.
Sly isn't sure what to do with like this crying child. So
I'm
he's,
looking at you, Eren.
uh,
Small
Oh!
one with one
Oh,
arm.
you
Who
know.
are you?
Aha!
Ah,
You do know.
gotcha.
Who are you?
Wystera.
Who is the child that just lunged at me? What? Who are you people?
Molly,
Wystera.
don't do this, please. Like,
Does that look like someone who doesn't give a that's someone who cares about you. She's crying because you don't know who she is.
I thought you were talking about Sly being awkward about this crying child. And you're like, does that look like someone who doesn't give a shit? And I'm like, but
this is so complicated emotionally. This is so.
I'm in a glass
I
case
don't
of
know what we're yelling
emotions.
about.
I don't.
I'm in a glass case of emotions.
I
The
don't.
man on the motorcycle, I hit him with a burrito.
He punted Baxter.
He took him with
Hey,
his
punted
foot
him.
and he kicked him.
Jesus
Hey,
That's
Christ.
what he
him.
did. How close am I to Squally?
You're right
Yeah,
in
what's the-
front. I think, like near, but you've advanced, but not too close. I think you're kind of. You
How
guys are
big
kind of
is this
driving
room?
this
I'm
shit
just
right.
Holding the sword. I need
I'm
like a
just
pen or
slowly moving up to Squally because I
You-
also know that Squally's not just gonna swing a sword at me. Because I know Squally.
Did we figure
I
out how to
don't
work
know
this sword?
you.
Did Squally figure out how to use the sword? Or was it just lots of ignite, illuminate,
I
flame?
feel righteous.
And one hand
I
up,
feel
one
righteous.
stump up, and I'm just moving slowly towards Squally. I'm like, I'm not.
I kind of like back up.
Wally, we are working towards the same goal. Something has happened. You've forgotten who we are. We have been together for weeks.
Eh.
We are
If I
here
get
to take out Strahd. That's what we are trying to do here.
I don't know. I don't have a team. I've done this myself.
Yes, you've been with us. You've been with us. We have been with you. We are not deceiving you. Something has happened in this
if I
place.
get close enough to Squally during this, I'm gonna try to swipe the sword from him.
Squally,
Nice sword.
where did you
Sure.
get the vest and the boots? Think of the vest and boots.
And
Did I slay a wolf myself? Did I? What do I remember?
Here's what I'm gonna say.
This
Think of the
is-
vest and the boots. Aaron,
think
I'm gonna say this
of
is
the
a
vest
help
and
action
boots.
for Squally to not be able to naturally go off their passive perception. So you get advantage on a sleight of hand check. You have to beat Squally's, you have to beat Squally's passive perception here. So,
What's your passive?
18.
Oh shit.
yeah, you have
Okay.
advantage.
Oh, sorry, it's 19.
Oh shit. And I have to
You
beat it?
You
Yeah.
have to beat it.
All right, we need it. We need a 16 or higher.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
I'll steal my sword. I want my sword. I like my sword.
Your sword.
23.
23, baby!
No!
One-armed, not even flinching. Wha-bang! You look, Squally goes and looks at the clothes, the wolf clothes, and one arm swipes the sword right out of their hands.
I
And
grab
I
my
just
crossbow.
toss it. I just toss it back to Wystera.
I catch it.
My crossbow.
And then I just put my hands back up. And I'm just like, nothing? Nothing changed?
Did I lose my sense of righteousness?
Nope.
Give me a sword.
That's the sword I need to defeat him. What did you just do? You're obviously.
You were holding a saber of light in my direction. What else did you expect me to do?
Okay, what did I get from the clothes? Do I have to pass anything to see
No,
if
that
I
was
recognize?
Sly distracting you. That was a help action for Sly, or for Aaron to be able to get the sword.
But no memories came back. Nothing happened. I
Nothing.
just see the clothes. I don't know where I got these. I don't
Make a
I don't
history
know if they're
check.
friend or foe.
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Nice. Then
All you recall was that these clothes were given to you. There was someone who cared about you immensely. And all you remember is that these were gifted to you to go on a dangerous leg of this journey, but they were a faceless individual. You remember only that you received these things and they were meant to keep you safe. And that is all you remember.
You were given a
Sly.
shipwreck as well.
Sly reiterates. Think of the vest and boots.
I don't. Someone gave these to me. I don't know
Squally,
who.
it was us. If
Sly
we-
starts to tear up when you
If
say you
we
don't know
meant
who
to
gave them
attack
to.
you or to hurt you, would we not have done it when we took the sword away? We care about you. We are not here to hurt you. You have
They took my
forgotten us.
sword. So
Yes, but we
For
did
protection?
not attack you. We could have.
how
We
do I
all
know
have.
you still won't?
I have a crossbow. I have a sword. We all have. We have not. We are not trying to attack you. There is a reason. You are part of our journey. I do not know what's happened to you, but you've forgotten us. This fellow gave you those furs.
Do I believe her?
Are you crying
He's-
with Kari now?
Oh, Sly is crying. Yeah,
Do I
Sly's
believe her?
crying.
You what?
Do I believe her? Do I trust her? Do I think she's lying? Can I make a insight perception check? Insight? Anything?
There's a given level of this where it's like you can make an insight check, I will say. And Wystera, I'm not gonna have you roll.
Okay.
24.
24. You are seeing the agents and the devils of Strahd that you know are cold, calculated, malicious individuals. You are seeing individuals who are spending a lot of time right now trying to reach out to you, and two individuals who are breaking down crying. You can see that there's an individual with a freshly wounded arm, like a missing arm. You can tell that. And this devil creature here is spending more time trying to talk to you and not turning this weapon against you. They're not trying to convert you in any way to some kind of deal. They are just simply trying to get you to align with them in the same capacity. And what you are feeling is that these people are victims, but they are also committed to whatever task they have been saying.
Still hands up. I'm trying to stay kind of like where if Squally does happen to let that thing go, I can be in the way.
You can dance. I slowly start to put it down. Kind of. But kind of keep my hand on it a little bit.
You really don't remember us? You're not just, this isn't a joke?
I don't know any of you. And why do you both have
Oh,
the
you
same
do
name?
know us, but
Why are you both named Wystera?
we're twins. It's a whole thing.
Different fathers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally going to be calling both of you Wystera from now on. Where do I know where I am? Like I know the
yeah.
Amber Temple.
Yeah, but you don't remember what the task was. You don't know exactly what's going on. You just feel like you had to find this sword. That's what you have. You've got this weapon, and now you're like, that's what you got to do.
I don't know. I thought taking the sword from him might like knock sense back into him, but I don't think it worked.
Would I have the sword? I desperately need the sword for my mission. And maybe
Our mission. I will give back the sword to you if you promise not to attack us, because we are here to help you.
I'll only attack if you attack me.
Deal.
That is fair.
Okay, I put everything away.
Right. And
I fix my wolf pelt a little bit.
I hand the sword back to
I take my
Squally.
sword. Do I even have a sheath? I have nothing. I just have to carry this thing, hey?
Yep. There's no way you'd have a sheath.
No.
So, Squally.
Do I? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
With my newfound righteousness with this weapon, do I have any sense of how to make it stop being light up?
From what you saw when you did command it like a while ago, there is a trick with it where it's just like a simple moment to will the light to shine through. There's a will moment to extend that. It's just a bonus action to have it illuminate and go out.
I want to do that.
You take that out and you are in complete darkness.
Oh, I don't
Right,
want to
like,
do
okay.
that. I turn it back on.
Oh, Jesus.
I turn it back on. I'll just sorry.
You're in bright light once again, and you can actually see.
Oh,
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 God. I thought.
oh.
I'm
And
sorry. I
The
know.
light goes out. You guys see a monster. Rah!
everybody dies.
I just promised not to attack you. I apologize. I just
Kari
forgot.
tries to move to you. She is tears in her just in her eyes. And she's like, Squally, listen, please. I know this is scary. I know you're scared. You wanted to take a moment, and I didn't think it was okay, but listen to me, please. There's a door here. There's a door, and you're the only one that can open it. We can't get through because there's magic behind it. There's evil magic behind it. And we need you to dispel it. Squally, please. Please.
I look in her eyes. I look at everyone else. I look at the door. Obviously, I consider we probably need to open the door. Oh, yes. And I cast a spell magic.
What level?
Well, 3.
Silver light goes around the frame of the door. It shifts and it begins to slide open. And you see before you a staircase that begins to climb up and up and up. And up above, there is light. Light in a chamber above. Kari looks at it. She looks at all of you. And she begins to take steps going up the stairs.
I am close because I want to be first with the sword.
I grab Irina, even if I have to hold her hand like a child. I'm making sure that I'm staying.
But
Yeah.
you're
And since I see Kari lead, Wystera stays to the back, watching everyone's back as they go up.
Okay.
Yes, I will kind of fit in wherever. Yeah, kind of like middle of the pack, kind of. He'll sit close by Eren and Irina.
Okay. You guys begin to walk up the steps. What happens now is Kari moves up the stairs. We move away to another moment in her past. There's one person we did not see at the ceremony for Drindath. Mishan. Mishan was not at the ceremony because she herself was going through training, preparing herself for a long journey with the missionaries, with Tristan. Mishan is a dark-skinned young woman. She kind of has these curled buns in her hair. The monastery in which she trains in is a monastery devoted to the chaotic energy that comes from midnight. It is harnessing elemental powers arcanically to create a flow between the elements of the natural world. Mishan is not gifted in the ways of understanding arcanic magic, but Mishan is someone who is trained for years to understand how to move and flow with the arcanic weave and allowing it to propel elemental power. In a moment, she is standing between 4 different obstacles. She takes out a fan and she swirls it, and as she does, the wind itself picks up and she slices one of these dummies with this fan as it shreds and falls to the ground. She lifts up her hand, and as she does, these pebbles that are locked on the ground shoot like darts through the eye sockets of another. With this, she spins up the wind with her fan, turns it towards a torch, creates this emulation, and burns another one. And then she begins to... She wipes her eyes as small water, like tears are from them, and she tries to toss them and just splashes water across the face of one. As this splash happens, Tristan and Kari watch. Tristan, amused, smiles, laughs, and says, "Still trying to get a handle on the water elements, are you, McKinnon?" She says, "It's the one thing that I feel as if I can feel getting stronger, but it's not getting to the point where I need it to work." It's like, I'm certain it's going to be able to, you're going to be fine. It's not going to be anything you have to worry about in the immediate. And she says, "Well, you say that, and we're about to go out into the desert. I think it would be best if I can find a way to harness and extract more of this." Tristan laughs. He kind of fixes up his coat with the pins fastened in his kind of collared shirt. And he looks to Kari and says, "Here, you can, well, I guess if you want to spend more time here, I need to get a few things arranged. I need to go back to the house." And Kari's like, "Oh, okay, fine." Just smiles. Tristan begins to go. McKinnon looks over at Tristan walking out, gives a bow respectfully, looks at Kari, and shows her something, brings her over, and she says, "You know, I may not be able to deliver something very good in the first strike, but I have been able to do this." She gestures to the water-soaked thing and focuses, and as she begins to press a little bit, she uses the water that is on it to squeeze onto the actual dummy that is there, and it basically just begins to have mud pour out of its face. She says, "It takes time, but I'm starting to figure out how I can actually balance all of this." Kari doesn't say much. She just nods with a, yeah, kind of smirk on her face. McKinnon looks at her and says, "Are you amused?" And Kari just says, "I always talk about how midnight is so fucking cool. And even if I'm never able to like see her or whatever, I think the one thing that definitely confirms that she's awesome is you, because you're awesome." And McKinnon smiles and just says, "Well, I'm very glad I'm going to be able to share some of my awesomeness with your brother and with everyone else." And Kari goes, "Yeah, but it's like you're cooler because it's just like beyond just like, you know, faith and everything. Like you don't just go around talking about that kind of stuff. You don't just like blurb and go keep saying words that don't mean anything." McKinnon just says, "It's true that I don't study as much as your brother does, but what I want you to understand is it doesn't mean I believe that everything is simply physical. There's more to it. There's more that you need to understand, and you do have to tap into something, and there is a lot of faith to it. And you do have to understand where that faith comes from. But my faith is not one that just comes from the texts I've read and studied. It comes from what I've seen in the people that are around, and it comes from people like you who have been driven by those texts to find, who are passionate. It feeds my own fire. It feeds my desire to keep going out, because if seeing must be believing for everyone, and if my methods are the best way for people to see how powerful midnight can be, then I hope I can share that with others. And I'm glad that I'm awesome in your eyes, because I think you're pretty awesome too. Ishan and Kari share a smile with each other. The very best of friends. Mishan is more than a friend to Kari. She's the sister she never had. In the chamber you enter in, what you all see is a two-storied building, or a two-layered chamber. Spiral staircase, stairs going down. And what you see around this black marble walled room, hanging above, there's a weird bas relief of horrific designs, black magic rituals. 3 of them you can see kind of featured. One that is a being rising up in a form of a skeleton. The other one is this creature drenched in blood, scattered across, decimating individuals around it. And the other one is a single star that is radiating around an individual whose skin is like flayed off till they themselves are just a skeleton itself, like a mummy creature. On the top floor, what you guys also see is blood. Not in one space, but scattered around. On the walls, the stairs, the railing leading down. And you see 6 bodies. It doesn't take you guys long to see the first one. The top is immolated, burned. And in this burn, you guys see the skeletal form of it. Fangs. Right here. Right in like incisors. It is completely burned around its torso. Its clothes are scattered. It had like these, what looked to be like these like kind of gorgeous set, ruined, soil-stained garments, and is completely torched. Looking down, continuing, passing a streak of blood, you see that there is another fanged creature who is stuffed, mouth opened, with rocks basically filling its entire body. You see stones protruding from its eye sockets. Its entire torso is bumped. It looks as if this thing has been stuffed full of stones. Continuing down the steps, you see that there's another one that is eviscerated, torn, as if its skin was peeled back, and its body is caught in a railing, and its flesh almost looks like it's a twist, as if it was hanging it up from like a noose with its own skin. Flayed out. Blood moved all around. And then there is a fourth one at the very base where you can see a small trickle of streamed water moving from its mouth. And through it, well, it's like not from its mouth, but from its back end. It looks as if whatever that happened with this creature, it was corroded, almost like acid, as a torrent of water flowed out through it. And then there are, in the center of this base room, this is what you see. You guys can see there are 3 large sarcophagi, these giant amber rocks set in different portions of the room. One on the east side, one on the south end of the room, and another one on the western side of this space. We will get to the western side in a moment. There is a creature with a giant hole in its chest, with a floating, misty, red misted stake. The mist is a very similar shape that you have seen from Kari, as it's stabbed into this one creature. And you also see another vampire creature with multiple holes shot in its body. Dozens shot through. And a crack around its face from a mace that is now at the very edge of the room. It's like a staff with a top of it, a 4-pronged star. As you guys were moving down the steps, there was a moment, you were leading Squally in this moment. There was a moment when Kari takes the lead. And there's a moment where Kari runs, rushes, and stops in horror as she looks at the western sarcophagi. There is blood pooling, and there are 2 individuals. One of them is a tanned, brownish-skinned male, with blood on his face and over his clothes, kneeling down, looking down at the blood that he sees in front of him. Beside him is a dark-skinned woman whose hair has been tasseled and torn, blood pooling from her throat and her body, as Mishan lays on the ground and Tristan is kneeling. Kari slowly moves, stops. She drops the shield in a clang. There is no reaction in the room. She approaches, getting closer. And she tries to put a hand out. And she's tries to say something, but it catches in her throat. And she just says, Tristan? And as she speaks, he looks up, tears in his eyes. Looking, he looks gaunt, malnourished, in this weird daze. And as Kari approaches, he smiles. I didn't think you would come. And she runs over to him and grabs onto him, and he just begins to go. And Kari's making no sound. She's looking at Mishan. And Tristan is not moving. He is just simply allowing Kari to hold him. And Kari just says, we came looking for you both. And Tristan's just laughing, and just, you see his face laughing. He's like, and his face begins to quiver and shake as his smile begins to droop down. I want to ask all of you in this moment where your attention goes and what you all look for. What you all do in this moment here.
Wystera is watching around very carefully. Her focus has left Tristan and Kari, and she is attempting to watch the space.
Okay.
Eren is right now still with as close to Irene as I can be, but locked on Kari because with what I'm seeing in the situation, I'm like, Eren's freaked out by everything going on here, but is locked on Kari in case something goes down.
Okay.
Squally's just gonna look at you guys, but also start like kind of walking to the bodies to inspect closer, because Squally has no clue what's going on with all these people and doesn't know if Tristan is friend or foe.
Sly.
Sly gives a bit of space for Kari and Tristan to like have their moment together. He is wary of Tristan in this situation, in this scenario. So he's kind of on guard and just kind of looking around, making sure there's no threats coming to ambush us.
Okay. Squally, I want you to make a medicine check for me, please.
14.
14. Okay. You begin to look around the bodies. Kari is just stunned. She says, we're gonna get you both out of here. We're gonna get you both out, okay? Yeah, she's trying to get up, but she just can't let him go. Like she's trying to move, but her body is just locked in. She cannot move at this moment. She wants to go over to Mishan. All Tristan says is, I don't know. It was so long. We came in and oh, I saw him. I saw it. She says, what did you see? I saw him. Why are you here? Why are you here? How did you come here? We came looking for you. I came looking for you. You idiot. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? He says, Kari, you should not be here. You're not ready. No, you shouldn't. But I knew you would come. Kari, this is a bad place. There's so much here that is, oh, very bad. Very bad. It's all too much. We came because we thought there were some people that we wanted to help, and there was someone who said that we'd received a letter. There was someone who brought us, and they said that they needed help, and we came, and we had no idea. Squally, you begin to check out the vampire. These are vampire spawn. You can just check. You've encountered these before. You've killed these before. The ones on the way down look like they have been affected by elemental magics. One of the things you actually see near one of the bodies is this fan. Very ornate. There's like mist and weaves and things carved around it, but there's a fan on the ground lying here. And you're looking around, and each of these creatures was affected in some elemental way. You don't know, like, I mean, it's pretty horrifying to see everything. Then there's a couple of them that were affected by magical means. There's a giant force stake inside of one of them. That's a spiritual weapon. You know that. And it's the thing that killed it. And then the other one was affected by magic missiles. Darts that went through that could impact and hit anything. Multiples at a time. Probably dealt by a spellcaster with very powerful means to be able to attack multiple times at once. As you begin to make your way over to the other bodies, you go to check Tristan as well.
Okay. Can I take the fan with me?
Yeah, you can pick up the fan. Absolutely. Tristan continues and says, we tried to stir the people, to speak with them. We stayed with them, and we were outnumbered. We were forced, pressed. It was all too much. It was all too much. I saw these people rally to take up arms. Dozens of people stormed the castle, and none returned. And we tried to come back, and one of them came back as a monster. They came back as one of these things, and we didn't know what to do. We sealed it away. They screamed for their father. They kept screaming that they were hungry, starving. We locked them down in a cellar. We locked them down underneath the chapel, Kari. I don't know what we did. You walk through the space, and you get to Tristan. Tristan's wounds are, he's got scratch marks. He's got bits on him. His blood, there's quite a bit of blood. He's wounded severely, but he's okay. He's shaken. He's very rattled. He's not, yeah, he's on another space right now. He's very much going through a lot. But you can notice that there's blood marks upon him, and there's a lot of blood all over his body. And you go over to Michonne. He says, and so we tried, and we went in. Kari, we saw him. We saw the thing. We saw the devil himself. And we fought, and he was too powerful. Kari's like, yeah, we saw him too. We know. He's a strong motherfucker, and we saw him. But I'm glad you're alive, Kari. We can't stop him. There's nothing we can do. She's looking, and she's a little, like, shocked to hear this. We went inside of this house. We went in, Kari. There is this dwarf, this person who put their faith and trust in me, and Kari, this house burned to the ground. I saw it burn to the ground as we pulled ourselves out, and it was rebuilt, Kari. It rebuilt itself, and we then found out there were these weapons. We saw this woman, she told us She gave us a star. She sent us Mistral's star, the points, we followed it. Kari gets concerned. We followed the points and we went to find this mage, but we could not convince him. He attacked us and we went to this hill and found the sword, Kari. We grabbed it and then the person that brought us here, they had long black hair. One of these Vistani people, and he betrayed us. Kari killed Crash, beheaded him, and the next thing I saw, we were trying to chase him, but then Crash came back. He didn't just behead him, he dismembered him. He reformed as this creature. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. We cut his head off. Drindath cut Crash's head off, and he still was alive, Kari. I knew we were against something we couldn't understand. Squally, you go over to Michan's body. What you can feel, first of all, is Michan is dead. Not dying, dead. Claw marks, bite marks, all over her body. She's covered, her fingertips are burnt, but they seem to have emanated from her. She extended herself, and it looks as if she extended, it's like some kind of power. This may be the elemental individual, where they've pushed themselves so far. You can see their fingernails are crumbling, like almost like dust. And you see that there is a hole in their body. A single hole in their chest. Squally, I need you to make an Arcana roll for me, please.
Four.
Squally, what you just detect is that this wound was not inflicted by a vampire. You don't know what this came from. Tristan continues and says, we knew that there was only one thing to help us. We knew we had to follow the star. We had to. Kari looks at him and shakes him. She's like, Tristan, what are you talking about, the star? She's like, the star, the reading, Kari. I saw it played out in front of us. The star was given to us. You all know this. When you guys first went to Barovia and had the reading, Kari made a religion check to ask the question, does this tie into my religion? Does this marker, this reading, mark something for me? And even on a low DC understanding, the answer was no. The Taroko card reading has nothing to do with Mistral Star or Midnight or any of it. Kari knew that. That was a big part of this. Kari looks at him and says, Tristan, I don't know what you were reading. It has nothing to do with anything. It's not Midnight's reading. He's like, no, it does. It has everything to do with everything. And the bottom star, Midnight Star, Kari. She's like, it's not Midnight, Tristan. Kari, would you listen to me? For once in your life, listen to me. She's like, I've listened to you every day of my life, and you need to listen to me. It means nothing. It means nothing, Tristan. He says, no, Kari. No, it's everything. The ally to us, Kari, the power we need. The ally for my reading, it was the Darklord, Kari. It was himself. He's the thing. He's his own worst enemy. The very thing that can kill him, the very thing that can save these people, Kari, that can bring faith back, hope back to these people. It is him. It is his power. Kari, it's here. It's this. And he gestures to the sarcophagi. Wystera, you're the one who's looking around. If you wish
I
to
head over there.
approach, you go to the sarcophagus. This giant amber thing. And as you go towards it, it is 8 feet tall, 5 feet wide, and 5 feet thick. And you can see that there is a single wisp inside of this amber, as if petrified, trapped of shadow, Wystera. I want to ask you, do you want to touch it or do you want to examine it at a distance?
Examine at a distance.
Please make a I'll make you get a choice. I'll say well, I say you have to make an Arcana check for this.
Okay. 14.
14. Reaching out, Wystera, you look at a distance. All you feel is a draw. But you feel this draw that is single encompassed and powerful. Something that, with the connections you have made, you begin to kind of hear a voice yourself. And you begin to see the form of the shadow creating fangs, creating this image of a creature that is similar to Strahd himself, but not his likeness. It is the presence you felt that time in the mist when you were confronted with him the first time, when all of you were. You see that. Tristan says, Kari, I went to it and I saw him. And what I saw was the answer to this. To free everyone. To harness Midnight's power, the potential to put ourselves, to understand, to push ourselves beyond. It's here. This is what it is. This place, it is a secret. This is Severus's temple. A temple to him. And in that, these secrets have been locked away. Ancient secrets. And this is the answer. Kari, please understand. She's like, I've heard enough. Enough. Tristan, what are you talking about? Look at this, and gestures to Squally. You see this? Do you see this? This is one of the people I care about most in this world. This is someone who I promised I would never let any harm come to in my life. And right now, they don't fucking know who I am! Because this place is hurting them, and something is wrong. And something is wrong, Tristan, with you. There's something wrong with you, and we need to get you out of here. Everyone, we need to go. He's like, no, I can't go. He's like, no, we need to get you out. If I go, it was for nothing, Kari. It was for nothing. No, it's not. Come on, we gotta get you out. I killed her for nothing, Kari. If I leave, she died for nothing. Kari pulls it back. She looks at Michonne. Tristan crying in the blood. Squally on a 14 medicine. There's one thing you saw. Tristan, the blood that is around his face. It's not his. And it looks as if some of it was consumed. And Tristan says this. And Kari, if you try to take me out of here, if you don't believe in this, then you are a disgrace to midnight, to the star, and you prove once again for me that you no, you will prove once again for her why no one will ever believe in her power. You are unfaithful. You do not deserve to wear her symbol around your neck.
Can Squally, is this important to the story, or can Squally kind of meander over back to his peeps and say, I don't know who she thinks that is, but it's not him anymore. And like, I ready my sword. Or say something like, we need to get her out.
Without like breaking view of them, like I'm still locked on Kari while this is going on, but I just say I think she needs to handle this on her own right now.
Wystera nods at Eren.
But we need to be here to back her up.
Lai looks at Squally and then he just draws his dagger. But he stands back with the group.
You all take this in. You all prepare yourselves. Back up. Wait to see what happens. And that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
Liam, that was phenomenal.
That was fucked up.
Yep.
That was fucked up phenomenal, Liam.
Yeah.
Ah,
He's a vampire.
ah.
Well, I hope
Blah, blah, blah.
you guys enjoyed the shipwreck pie shit for while it lasted.
Maybe that's our
gonna-
name, the shipwreck crew.
I'm going to associate
Shipwreck Pie.
pie with vampires now for
It'd be a good name for a band.
That's a
that is a good name for a
I'm not
band.
gonna say it. I refuse.
all of you who sat through our opening bullshit and then are at this moment, I want to ask you, you think we were coming to this spot at this point in time? Think this is how it's gonna go?
And now our ending
Surprise.
bullshit.
Oh, fuck, man. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Well, I'm gonna end our little recording here. I'm gonna still probably need a couple minutes of that, but
Yeah.
I'll end it for you guys to say thank you all for listening. Thank you guys for sitting with that. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys with us next time. See what happens. So take care, everybody. Ooh.